Pembroke Lumber Kings hockey live on TV Coach Go. I'm Jamie Bramberger alongside Murray Kite, Dave Noppy along for the second and third periods. Tonight the Lumber Kings take on the Brockville Braves, a team, Murray, coming off a stretch of 3 games and 3 nights.
They're going to be tired tonight, Jamie. They played North Bay last night. Mind you, they won. But they're going to be tired. Hopefully Pembroke will play an aggressive first period, wear them down.
Well, we're ready to get this one started. Let's get down to ice level for the opening face-off. It's the Lumber Kings and Braves coming up next on TV Cogeco.
Starting for Pembroke is number 1, Tyler Chestnut. And for Brockville, number 33, Charles Long. Jamie, over to you for the play-by-play.
Well, as Murray said off the top, the Braves playing their 3rd game in 3 nights. They won last night 3-2 in North Bay. They won Friday night against Cornwall 6-4. These teams have met 3 times this year. Kings have won 2 of them, 2-0 and 3-2. And Brockville won 6-5 in overtime, a game the Lumber Kings blew a 4-1 lead. Now we are underway. Charlie Patterson sends it in deep. Lumber Kings wearing their 3rd jersey here tonight. Black with red trim, the Hockeytown Canada sweater. And Brockville in their white with red and black trim jerseys. Puck deep in the Lumber King zone. Smith failed to clear, and now Ryan Lash, the CJHL's leading scorer, hands it off to Campbell. Campbell across the line, drops to Lash, back to Campbell, a shot right on. And a good stop there by Long as the Lumber Kings get the first chance early here in the first.
Jamie, it was interesting. First 30 seconds, I saw Pembroke throw 4 big hits. I would think that their game plan is to wear down Brockville. 3 games and 3 nights, they got to be tired. Pembroke coming off, I think they've had 2 games the last 8 days, so they should be fresh.
Kings coming off a 6-2 win against Orleans on Thursday, and last Sunday here against Cornwall, they blew out the Colts 10-4, improving their home record to 9-0 on the year. Here's the captain, Walters, dropping to the line. Kelly shoots it in deep. Now Adam Brace in there for it. Being checked by Sear. Puck comes loose for Walters. Here's Adam Reimer trying to kick it out of the corner. He's being checked there by Atkins. There are 2 Atkins on this team. Kyle, 16 for Brockville. The other defenseman, 55, Tyler Atkins, also on the blue line for the Braves. Now the puck shot in, picked up there by Marks. Marks with a pass on the tape, and now the return pass, and he will lift it out to center. Kick forward and in across the line as a big hit there on Cox. He was looking for a call and not coming as Stevens starts out for the Kings. Soft pass on the left wing boards. Selleck couldn't hang on to it. Smith has it for the Braves. Tried to push it across the blue line, didn't get through. Deacon avoids the hit. Nolan Kelly for the Kings. With a lane, cutting to the middle, one to the backhand, and Bancroft is going to go out for 2 minutes or less on the trip, and the Lumber Kings get an early power play.
That would be a good penalty for Brockville, Jamie. Good example where Kelly used his speed, beat the defenser to the outside, but had an excellent scoring chance, and the Brockville defender could do nothing but pull him down. So I would say that was a good penalty, as it prevented a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Kelly had a line on that net. Yeah, the defenseman beat. Well, it's Campbell, Reimer, and Lash up front here on the power play. Puck comes to Walters. His hard drive whistles wide. Smith, the only true defenseman on this power play for the Kings, as he joins Walters on the point. Now Walters gives in to Lash. Lash from the hash marks decides to pass to Reimer as they cycle down low. Wrist shot from Walters, deflected in front, and it goes just wide off the stick of Campbell. Now Walters at the line, gives back to Reimer. He plays catch with Walters. Soft shot got through, but goes wide. Puck steered to the corner. Here's Reimer. Ward on the forecheck. Reimer picks up the vacant puck left at the line. Quick snapshot got through, and the kick stop by Long, and it is sent down into the Lumber King zone. Chestnut out to play it. Pass on the boards for Mishi. Mishi with some stick handling in the neutral zone, dumps it off for Smith as the Lumber Kings send out Mishi up front. Now it goes to Mishi, all lanky forward, picked up about a month ago now by the Kings in a trade with Cumberland. Now Smith. Shot was partially blocked off the skates of Cox, and now he has a loose puck and across the line. That looked like offside, no call. Got it through, and now the Lumber Kings have the loose puck. Big hit there by Cox as he had Kelly lined up. Now the Kings back the other way. Mishi centering pass, and that is blocked by Long. He hangs on, and Lash is dumped rather heavily in front of that Brockville net. I think we're going to get another penalty here. Or is it more of a warning?
It looks like a warning, Jamie. Now, Pembroke, oh no, it is going to be a penalty.
No, both of them.
Yeah, coincidental minors. Interesting Pembroke's power play. I can see why they're the best in the league. They play what's called an umbrella, where they have one defenseman. It's usually the captain, Walters, who quarterbacks the point right in the middle of the blue line. It's an interesting power play.
Highly offensive team. The Lumber Kings, the only club in the league with more than 100 goals, and they have 130 to be exact. Now in behind the cage, puck dropped to Stevens, loads the gun, the shot right on, and Long, who has faced a lot of rubber here in the first 4 minutes of this hockey game, makes another good stop.
Just getting back to that power play unit and the strategy that they use, Brockville doesn't use an aggressive box. It's a very tight box. It gives a lot of room in the perimeter, and what Pembroke is doing is keeping their defensemen in the middle of the blue line, and they're getting shots from the middle of the blue line, and Walters has an excellent low shot, and everyone else is just jamming the net, and I can see why they're successful.
Now Atkins rips it around the boards, couldn't clear. Dan Kelly in deep for Young. Young again with a hard drive. It was low on the ice, but it was blocked in front. Atkins took that off his leg. Now Young in behind the net. He's squeezed out of the play, and that gives Charbonneau a chance to get the puck out, and he does. Slides it ahead to Cox. Brockville back at full strength, and we get a whistle on the offside.
Now, Jamie, I'm going to go back to that power play unit. It's interesting. Scoring goals is basically a percentage of where you shoot the puck. On a power play, you do not want to take a shot from the perimeter, right where we just saw on the top of the hash mark, and to the just right by the boards, and it was easily blocked, and we lost possession of the puck. Pembroke lost possession, the puck went out of his zone. That was not a great power play shot. And that's something that Pembroke just that player just will have to probably be spoken to.
Well, it's a low percentage play, I guess, when it really comes down to it.
Yeah.
Now here's a chance for Brace with good speed on the backhand, and Long did a good job to hug the post and make the stop. Now Peter Stevens getting some ice time here, so Lumber Kings have dressed 7 defensemen as they are short on the forward lines. Haven't got to the injuries yet. We will in just a bit. Now Choles drives it into the Kings zone. Chestnut out to play it in behind the net, and he lifts it around the horn. Can't clear as Charbonneau kept it in. Now here is Matt Reimer, number 4. Good pass to his brother Adam. Now Reimer trying to weave his way through the defense, but he was knocked off the puck, and the Braves take the puck on the turnover. Now Ward backhands into the Kings zone. Smith with it. Pass on the left wing boards. Lash trying to dipsy-do through the Brockville defense. Keeps control of the puck. What a stick handling job as Lash goes in tight. Finally, it is knocked off his stick. Here's Campbell. Leaves it there for Lash. He's stood up by Bancroft. And Lash again trying to dig out that loose puck. Out the other side, a shot by Watson, and the referee loses sight of the puck and blows it dead. And we'll get a stoppage in play and a face-off deep in the Brockville zone.
Jamie, in between periods, for the first period, I'll be speaking with the defensive coach for the Brockville Braves, Todd Gill, former NHLer Todd Gill, and also a Pembroke player who's been injured for this. He was injured last game, Mr. Alive, Kyle Allard, who actually is from the Petawawa area. So there'll be the first period interviews.
Look forward to that. Kyle Allard, always very colorful. Talking about injuries, Matt Jimenez just coming back against Orleans last Thursday. He had been out for several weeks. Haven't seen him out here yet tonight, so mind you, there have been a lot of power plays, and Jimenez usually does not play the power play. And Kings on a power play again here as Tyler Atkins is out for a couple of minutes for roughing.
You see Walter take the center again.
Walters and Smith on the blue line, and it's Lash, Campbell, and Reimer up front. Puck squirts to the corner. Here's Reimer. Steers it back to the line. Walters couldn't keep it in, and out the other way comes Simmons. Across the line with a big hard shot, and the save there by Chestnut, and he kicks to the corner. Now the Braves got a 2-on-1 there on the power play as Walters pinched and couldn't keep it in. Now Adam Reimer back the other way. $1:15 left on the power play. Here is Lash from the hash marks. One-timer by Walters, and the high drive goes wide. Now in the corner, Campbell dropping for Smith. Smith tried to take a quick wrist shot, hit a leg in front, and it ricochets to the neutral zone. Smith, good pass on the tape for Walters as he backtracks inside his own line, got it out to Owen Kelly. He was played neatly there, and the puck kicks off his stick and into the Kings zone. Here's the captain, Walters, starting out from behind the cage. Pass on the right wing, and a good play there by Sear to knock it off the stick of Smith, and the Kings have to regroup again. 35 seconds on the power play. We're scoreless in the first period, about 6.5 minutes in. Here is Walters, across the line, turns it over, but Young kept it in. Gives to Walters again, and the Braves got a chance to send it coast to coast, and they do. Back for it is Dan Kelly. Maybe time here for one more rush with the man advantage. Gives to Stevens. Good job here by the Braves on the penalty kill.
For sure, they're letting the forwards who are playing defense, a good example, Walters, carrying the puck out, and they're applying great pressure where they have to move that puck down low.
And now they've killed this penalty off. Lumber Kings retain possession. Wrist shot didn't get through. Lash took a high stick, no call. Back the other way is Cox. His soft wrist shot is gloved by Chestnut, and he hangs on for a face-off. Lash now pleading his case as he circles the Lumber King net to the referee. Did take a high stick.
Jamie, it's good teams do the fundamentals well. And at the beginning of that power play, Walters got caught playing defense on that. He got caught pinching. It was a 2-on-1, but Campbell, 14 for Pembroke, came back and picked up the winger that was going, the Brockville winger going for the net. And that is fundamental hockey. And took away a scoring chance, and you can see why Pembroke is such a good team.
Much deeper than they have been in recent years. More 20-year-olds, more experience, a very fast hockey team that can really score. Here's Lash, one of the best in the league. A centering pass. Boy, did he set up Watson.
Fantastic pass.
And Watson deflects it high and over the net. Now Lash in the corner, being mauled. Tried to drop to the point position, has the puck again. When he is on the ice, he makes things happen. Now Long out to play it, softly into the corner. Bird trying to clear, can't get it out, kept in by Campbell. Now it does get kicked across the blue line. Charlie Patterson in his third year here with the Kings. He'll flip to the corner. Owen Kelly after it. Ridden into the boards by Atkins, and Atkins comes away with the discount. Got it out to Choles. Softly into the zone. Chestnut out to play it. On the backhand, got it to Mishi on the right wing. Mishi tried to stick handle his way through. He was met there by Choles. Couldn't get it out. Now he does, and Charbonneau kicks it over to his defensive partner. Horizon had to contend with a loose stick. And that puck ended up, I have never seen that, up here in the press box. That was like a foul ball in a ball game.
Surprised you didn't catch that, Jamie.
Just not as quick as I used to be, Murray, maybe a few years ago. That was amazing. We're quite a ways up here, and that puck managed to get up here in the Bill K Broadcast Center with us.
No, it's interesting, Jamie. The puck hasn't been in Pembroke's own end probably for about 10 seconds, only because of the power plays, but Pembroke's really skating out there, and that's what they have to do to keep wearing the Brockville players down.
Now Adam Brace crunched along the boards by Tyler Atkins, and the pass out to Choles. Choles, 1-on-2, ridden off the play neatly there by Smith, or make that Stevens for the Kings. Now the puck back into the Brockville zone. Long out to play it, and oh, that was dangerous as the puck got pushed off his stick and just slid wide. Now Reimer in deep. Murphy on him. Got it out for Brace. He'll spin it back to the corner. Reimer was knocked down behind the net. Crowd reacts, no call. Now Reimer and Murphy meet in the corner again. Murphy gives Reimer a few cross checks, a third one against the boards with the referee looking, and that will result in a penalty against Brockville as players push and shove, but the call coming up to Murphy, and that's a case where got away with it once, twice, don't try it 3 times, and he did.
Good discipline hockey by Pembroke by taking that shot to the back. Reimer, I think, did it. Oh, it looks like he is getting the penalty. Surprised. Well, Reimer did take the initial shot, and it looked like he took it, but it looks like the referee is going to give coincidental calls here.
Now, it's not Reimer that went in, though, for the Kings. I think it might be Brace. So Reimer definitely drew the penalty, the original call. I think actually what we've got is we got the penalty is coming up to Murphy, and then we've got coincidental minors on top of that for the altercation after the penalty was initiated.
Yeah, it looks like that. That's right, Jamie. So another power play for Pembroke. You see Walters take the center of the blue line, getting back to that umbrella formation.
Now it's Bancroft that goes out for the cross check, and it's a Lumber King man advantage again. Walters with a one-timer right on. Loose puck, score! Adam Reimer knocks home the first goal of the night, and the Kings are on the board on the power play.
You know, Jamie, that wasn't a hard shot by Walters. What it was nice and low and on net. How many times do we see shots from the point that they're hard, but they miss the net? That was a great example of a smart play. Low, hard, on the net, though. So that was and the rebound came out to the Pembroke player, and they put one in. Fundamental hockey.
Well, it comes at the 9:45 mark, and really an easy goal for Reimer after the shot comes in from the point. Now here is Selleck, leaves it there for Owen Kelly. His centering pass to Selleck. Selleck ridden into the boards by Kyle Atkins. Puck again deep in the Brockville zone. Braves have really got into penalty trouble here early. They've spent most of the period killing off penalties. Finally, they got burnt on the last one. Owen Kelly really mixing it up there with Joe Smith for the Braves. And now we get a delayed offside. Whistle blows. 9:44 left in the first. 1-0 Pembroke over Brockville.
Pembroke has to keep up their aggressiveness out there, Jamie, and their skating. There's been 3 power plays for Pembroke so far. Is it a sign of fatigue? Not skating, holding, maybe a little bit of frustration. So Pembroke just has to keep up that pressure.
And you have very fresh legs on the Lumber Kings, having not played that much in the past week. And they're preparing for a very big game on Tuesday night as well against Nepean, but we'll see what happens in this one first. Lumber Kings came into today's action only 2 points up on the Raiders. However, Pembroke did have 2 games in hand. Now here is Marks inside his own line. Off the boards, picked off there by Andrew White. White with a quick wrister, and that goes high off of the neck protector of Long as he made a good stop. He was in good position on the wrister that came in from the hash marks. Now here's Kyle Atkins. Along the boards, Matt Reimer keeps it in. Puck dropped in behind the Brockville net. Atkins puts on the brakes. Braves having trouble getting out of their own zone here as the Kings are very aggressive on the forecheck. Now they send out some fresh legs as Lash, the lone forward, left in the zone. Now Lash trying to get through with his stick handling, and boy, is he creating havoc for that Brockville defense. And the Braves just relieve the pressure by sending it down the ice, and we get an icing call.
Unbelievable forechecking by the Pembroke team, particularly Lash. So low to the ice, and it's tough to take the puck from him once he has it. Excellent work by Lash and the Pembroke team, keeping that puck in the Brockville zone. Brockville's got to be tired, Jamie.
They have to be. 2 nights, they spent the night in a hotel in North Bay after winning against the Skyhawks 3-2 last night, but that was a long trip from Brockville to North Bay, and then having to come back to Pembroke here tonight. 3 games, 3 nights. Now the Braves have to change up their centerman here. And off the draw, the puck squirts to the corner. Bancroft rides Watson off the puck. Reimer tried to center for Walters, couldn't do it. Patterson has to backtrack as he couldn't keep the puck in. Now Reimer pushes it forward. Here's Walters as he is met along the wall. Bancroft tried to get it out, couldn't do it. Here's Reimer with a chance, trying to weave his way through in front, a deflection by Walters. And both players going to the boards heavily. Ward, I believe, is down. He's hurt. He may have been clipped by a high stick for the Braves.
Yeah, it looks like Jordan Watson for Pembroke was trying to bring his stick over the Brockville player that was in front of him and caught the Brockville player. It's definitely a high stick.
And that's just before it. That was a good chance by Walters and Reimer right in front, and then they crash into the boards.
So Brockville's on the power play. We'll see what type of power play formation they have, Jamie. In terms of, I understand that they have a pretty good power play.
Lumber King penalty to number 7.
Well, we'll find out here. It's Brace and Owen Kelly up front, and Jimenez with Campbell on defense to form the quartet for the Kings here on this penalty kill. Now here's Brace, and he'll whack it into the Brockville zone. Long will leave it there for Ward. Ward gives it to Lorison. A couple of guys who've been with the Braves for a couple of years now. Deacon across the line, leaves it there for Sear with a shot well wide. Now Owen Kelly will chop it down the ice, and the Lumber Kings send out 4 new players to kill off the remainder of this penalty. Sear with a neat little play, got it to Ward, puts on the brakes, working from the periphery, drops to the corner. Here is Sear again, carrying the puck, drops to Lorison. Lorison back to Sear. Lumber Kings form the box in front. Here's a wrister, and it goes high and off the glass. Now Ward behind his back. Dan Kelly couldn't clear. Patterson sends it around the horn, and it has enough mustard on it to go all the way down the ice.
Brockville shouldn't be giving up that blue line. That defenseman should have had that.
Now Brace putting great pressure on Long. He has to send to the corner for Lorison. Now Simmons back for it. Owen Kelly right on him. Lumber Kings using a lot of pressure. Braves now get it out. Here's Simmons on the right wing, cutting around the net, being checked from behind as he gets some lumber there from Campbell. Now Campbell on his man is Simmons, tries to get it back for Atkins. And now Brace with some good work, took a couple of wild stabs at it. The second time he connects, and the puck ends up in the Brockville zone. Long pass by Long is intercepted there by Walters. Dan Kelly got it back to Patterson. He'll circle his net, bounces it off the boards, didn't get enough on it, kept in by the Braves. Patterson fell awkwardly in the corner. And now the penalty to Watson over, but the puck deep in the Kings zone. Simmons dropped it, and the pass was intercepted, and back for it is Kyle Atkins for the Braves. Gives it to Lavatoire. His pass intercepted, and Patterson off the glass and in for Walters. Walters tried to drop. That pass picked off by Lavatoire. Lavatoire tried to get away from the hacking of Lash, and then he just missed getting nailed with his head down by Walters. Here's Simmons. Spun around at center by Matt Reimer. Stevens after it. Sear on him, takes the puck away. Centering pass deflected by Chestnut. And now the Braves picking up their tempo a little bit, much more aggressive on the forecheck.
Great penalty kill by Pembroke there, Jamie. I don't think Pembroke gave up one shot on that power play.
Just over 5 minutes left in the first. Kings leading 1-0. Atkins, and that puck is deflected and into section 7. Haven't had a chance to talk about it, Murray. Lumber Kings unveiled their new 3rd jersey last week against the Cornwall Colts. Pretty sharp.
Yeah, they are sharp. I like the connection to the historical where history is playing a huge role in the involvement of the Pembroke as a city, as a town. The connection to Hockeytown, Canada is just fantastic. Whoever thought of that, hats off to them.
Well, Hockeytown, Canada really building on its reputation as it prepares as well to host the Fred Page Cup Championship this year. Now here's Campbell cutting in on the backhand, and Long makes the stop. That tournament will be held April 26th through the 30th here at the Pembroke Memorial Center, and I understand tickets have been very brisk. Of course, when you put a winning team on the ice, that always helps.
That's right. Now, just talking about tournaments, Jamie, last time Kojiko and ourselves got together a couple of weeks ago with Orleans in town, I interviewed Russ Holmberg about the Fred Page Cup. Russ is coming back on the air to talk about another big tournament, but this is a Silver Stick minor hockey, so we'll hear more from Russ in between the second and the third.
And later on tonight, we hope to have a final for you, as Pembroke has made a championship game against Mississippi Mills in the B final, and I know your son is playing, so.
Yes, Sean is leading the team. He's the captain of the team, and hopefully the game started at 6:30, 7:30 now, Jamie. Hopefully they're celebrating.
I know it's killing you to be here with us tonight, but thank you for sharing the booth while your son plays
it's great to be here.
Championship game. Now here's a centering pass by Selleck, and Long will cover up. And now Selleck gets tied up with the linesman. Selleck's a pretty tough kid. I think he was looking to find out if it was a white jersey. He was surprised. He said, I'm used to being tackled by an opposition player, not a linesman.
Now, Jamie, you talked about Brockville coming off three wins, 3 games, 3 nights. But, you know, Brockville's been going through some pretty tough times with their coach and GM and owner being suspended for 45 games for an off-ice incident involving the referee in one of their games. I mean, that has to play a role in terms of how this team is doing. And I believe that's why Mr. Gill, Todd Gill, is behind the bench. Todd is originally from the Brockville area and is friends of the Brockville team, so it's nice for him to step up to the plate when the team's in need.
Well, in addition to the suspension to Mike McCourt, the Braves also lost one of their veteran players, Colin McCormick. Same game, he was handed a 15-game suspension, serving Game 7 of that suspension here tonight. So you're right, and there's we understand the appeal is moving forward, and a meeting with the ODHA possibly as early as this week. But as it stands now, Mike McCourt is gone for the remainder of the regular season as GM and coach of the Braves. A couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties dished out, and that last fracas that occurred.
Looks like another penalty coming up, Jamie. Looks like it's to Brockville for slashing.
That's going to be Cox. It'll go out for 2 minutes or less. Lumber Kings get another power play. It's the way they've scored here tonight. There's only been 1 goal, and it was a power play marker at the 9:45 mark by Adam Reimer. So Kings try to grab another one, but this is the kind of game it's been all season. This is the 3rd time, as I mentioned, these teams have played. Kings beat them here 3-2 at the PMC, then won 2-0 in Brockville, and then blew a 4-1 lead, losing 6-5 in overtime. So all of the games have been tight to this point.
Yeah, well, certainly Pembroke has had the better play of the game. And, you know, with 3 minutes left in the period, just over 3 minutes, it'd be nice for Pembroke to go into the first period with the 2-0 lead.
Now here is Lash. Leaves it there for Reimer. Reimer goes to the corner. Lash gets a lot of attention. Lash has the puck now. At the hash marks. Drops to Walters. One-timer shot got through. Good pad stop by Long as he had a lot of traffic to contend with.
I'm surprised, Jamie, that they leave Walters open like that. They're using a tight, as I said, a tight box, but I'm surprised they're not more aggressive.
Well, they really seem to be keying on Ryan Lash, and that's the sacrifice you pay. You leave the point position open. It burnt them once earlier tonight, but we'll see.
There was off a rebound coming from Walters' shot from the point.
That's right.
So we'll see what they do here.
Now Walters in behind his own net. Under a minute left here on the man advantage for the Kings. Walters starts out, gives to Stevens. Good stretch pass to Reimer. Now here is Campbell, back to Reimer. Reimer cutting to the net, and a shot from a sharp angle, and Long makes the save. Here's Lash in the corner. Lots of traffic in front of that Brockville cage again. Lash moving slowly. Trying to find position. Pass picked off by Bancroft. Braves can't clear. Goes back to Reimer. In behind the net. Leaves it there for Lash. Gives to Walters. Walters with a soft wrist shot. And the puck is cleared down the zone. And here is Walters starting out softly. From behind his own net. Actually just going to wait now and set things up. Just a few seconds, and that penalty is now going to be up to the Braves, as coming back on the ice is Cox. Kings send it in deep. Long plays it off the glass. Weird skip off the boards. That gives the Braves a chance to clear, and they do. Here is Cox. Gets it to Smith. Smith had it knocked off of his stick by Jimenez. And then Cox gave Mishi a shot. Mishi returns the elbow. And then Cox heads to the bench. Here's White. Across the blue line. Tried to drop it for Mishi. Mishi with a chance. A wrister right on. Took an extra whack at the goaltender Long. That usually draws a crowd. And at least some...
I'm surprised Brockville didn't go after Nishi for that. Rebound, there was no rebound, Jamie. Nishi had a good shot, but the goalie smothered it up midsection, and he took the whack at him. Surprised nobody from Brockville stepped in there.
Murray, I've got some disappointing news for you. We've got a final now from Pem Ice 2. The Pembroke Kings losing to Mississippi Mills 1-0 in overtime.
In overtime, wow.
So a real tough loss.
Unbelievable. They played their hearts out, and I know the team's going back to Eastside Burials, and but they can't hang their heads. So unbelievable team.
Here's Ward busting through, and he's hooked from behind by Brace, and Brace will be going off here for 2 minutes as Ward had a good scoring chance, and Brace caught enough of him with the hook to draw the penalty. And Brockville will get a late power play. So
this is a good opportunity for Brockville to get some of that momentum back. Actually, momentum they've never had this period. But oh, here we are. Here's a. I don't know if that was a hook that would have prevented him from that scoring opportunity. But certainly the call was made, and Brockville, if they want to get back in this game early, power play goal would be the way to do it. Last power play, Jamie, they didn't get one shot on net.
There's Ward now as Watson goes in on the forecheck and falls, crashes into the boards. Into the final 60 seconds of the period. Deacon has the puck. Campbell on him. Campbell seeing some time here on defense on the penalty kill here tonight. That tells me that Jimenez isn't completely healthy yet. Now drop to the horizon. One-timer by Ward and a good stop by Chestnut. His best of the period as he kicked out the pad on that low drive that came in from the blue line.
Notice a difference in the power play setup, Jamie. Brockville uses both defensemen at the top of the points.
Owen Kelly has lost his stick. Now the Lumber Kings down a man and one of those penalty killers without any lumber to use. Here is Ward with a drive, deflected in front, a stop by Chestnut. They bang away at it, and Chestnut covers up. And we get a whistle with a pile of players.
Great save by Chestnut. Jamie, I was speaking to somebody who's very familiar, actually he's a goaltender coach, very familiar with the CCHL, says Chestnut is one of the best in the league, particularly down low. Doesn't give anything up down low, and you can see a good example right there. Puck comes in, and he gets his body right across for a great save.
And he hangs on tight. And they just made the announcement of that score from the Silver Stick tournament, and
they should be very proud of themselves, that Pembroke team.
One local team is moving on, the
Valley
Storm from the Barry's Bay area, winning 3-2 earlier today.
Against Lakefield. And in the A final was Osgood Reed over Goulburn, 3-1.
Great tournament, first weekend of 5 exciting weekends, and I know you've got a few other boys that are going to be playing as well. So.
Yes, Joe in the Pee Wee division and Connor in the Bantam. Here's a breakaway.
Here's Owen Kelly. He got hooked up, and no penalty call on that one, and the buzzer sounds to end period number 1. Just one goal in that period. It comes off the stick of Adam Reimer on a power play, and it is 1-0 Murray, and not a bad period of hockey.
No, not bad for Pembroke. I mean, they had, I believe, 4 power play opportunities, Jamie. They capitalized on one of them, and but Pembroke had the majority of the play.
Well, I say not bad, and I was looking from a Pembroke perspective, but is one goal enough when you've had that many opportunities? You know, you don't want to get caught by a hot goaltender.
That's true, and but the good thing for Pembroke is Brockville's going to get more tired as this game progresses. Jamie, we talked about Brockville playing 3 games in 3 nights. And Pembroke came out hard, fast, lots of body contact, body checking, and it created some power play opportunities. So Pembroke can't relent. They got to go even harder the second period. They don't want to give Brockville an opportunity to get back into the game. But another thing that I think that Brockville should be doing some adjustments is that power play. That Walters on the point is killing them. I know you mentioned about Lash, but Walters is killing them, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, we've played 20. The only goal of the period comes from Adam Reimer. A man advantage situation. Kings lead the Brockville Braves 1-0. Second period just around the corner. Before we get to that, Murray will have a couple of interviews, including Todd Gill, former NHLer. You want to stick around for that. First intermission up next. It is 1-0 Pembroke leading Brockville, and you're watching Lumber King Hockey live on TV Coach Go.
Ratepayers within the city of Pembroke can rely on TV Coach Go to broadcast live their council members and the decisions they make every first and third Tuesday night of the month. Live council meeting coverage on TV Coach Go starts at 7. Every Friday night at 6, check out TV Coach Go Insight, a full hour of local programming focused on the people and events throughout the communities of Arnprior, Renfrew, Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Go Insight is available only on cable. CCHL Snapshots is your window to the excitement taking place around the Central Junior Hockey League. Tune in every Friday night at 8:30 for a new episode with in-depth interviews and highlights from around the league. New this season to TV Coach Go, we have Base Army News, an in-depth look at military life and military personnel throughout our Canadian forces. Base Army News, a new episode starts each Friday at 7 o'clock, only on TV Coach Go.
Hi, my name is Jim. I've been out of school for almost 30 years now. And coming back to an upgrading class is really helping with my math, my English, and my self-confidence. The teachers here are really super. The classmates are always willing to help. So if you're thinking about coming back to school, or even class, don't be scared. Don't be nervous, just come back to class, okay? Thank you. See you in class.
Test begins in 5 minutes. Safety test begins in 1 minute. Safety test begins in 10 seconds.
I'm a precious dummy. I always use a booster seat.
Join host Audrey Gauthier for a new episode of Seniors Affairs every Friday night starting at 8. Learn a new craft technique, listen to local musicians, or find out interesting things about people in your community. Residents of Petawawa can count on TV Coach Go to keep them informed of the political issues that matter to them through the coverage of Petawawa Town Council. Tune in each Tuesday night at 9 as TV Coach Go airs complete Petawawa Council coverage. Make sure you tune into TV Coach Go every Thursday night at 8 o'clock for your chance to win up to $650 in prizes during Crime Stoppers TV Bingo. Pick up your tickets at various locations in Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Go is your front row seat to see the Pembroke Lumber Kings in action during its award-winning CCHL hockey coverage. Join Jamie Bramberger and Dave Nompy as they call the game from the Bill K broadcast booth. TV Coach Go CCHL hockey coverage, available only on
It's all right to be afraid.
I'm the boss of this family, and you better get used to it.
Residents of the
Welcome back
town
to
of Deep...
Cogeco Hockey. Pembroke Lumber Kings, after one, ahead by 1-0 against the Brockville Braves. With me is Todd Gill, former NHLer Todd Gill, who's the assistant coach of the Brockville Braves. Todd, how did the first period go from your standpoint?
Well, I thought you try to take a pause out of everything, and the one pause that we had is we had to kill a lot of penalties, and we did a heck of a job. The goal that they did get, you know, I couldn't say anything to the guys because they did everything right. It just went off a foot right to their player standing there. So we have to cut down on the penalties. Obviously, I think they were 6-2 that period, and just wait for our chances. Hopefully, he'll try to even it up a little bit and take advantage of our power play.
Todd, this is Brockville's third game in 3 nights. They're successful the last two games last night in North Bay. Must be a tired team coming into tonight.
Well, we talked about that, and last night wasn't a very physical game. It was a lot of skating, and you know, can kids get tired at 17 years of age? We'd like to think that, but they're in great condition, and they'll be fine.
Now, Todd, as I said at the opening, you're a former NHLer. You've been out of the NHL for about 2.5 years. Everyone talks about the new NHL. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's very exciting. I always was a big fan of the offense and teams winning by, you know, 6-5 margins. And it just reminds me of the old 80s when Edmonton and Calgary and teams like that were playing kind of wide open hockey. And I think with a fan that has to pay the big dollars right now, they'd much rather see 7-8 goals a game than they would 1-0 games or 0-0 games. And as far as the shootout, I wasn't a big fan of it when it came in, but I'm the first one to get in front of the TV with my nose right to the screen when it happens. So, you know, they've done something right, and hopefully the fans will come back and support it.
Todd, I know you have to go back to the dressing room. What should we be looking for in the second period?
Well, I just like to see some 5-on-5 hockey. Actually, it looks like NHL refereeing out there right now. We seem to be in the box, or they're in the box, one or the other. So just a little 5-on-5 hockey where we can get our momentum back. You know, it's pretty tough to get momentum when you're killing penalties all week. So hopefully stay out of the box and score a few goals.
Todd, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck the rest of the game. Thank you. Next, we'll have Kyle Lard, who's injured tonight for the Pembroke Lumber Kings, when we get back from the break.
Residents of the town of Deep River can count on TV Coach Go to keep them informed of the political issues that matter to them. See complete town council coverage every Thursday night starting at 9 here on TV Coach Go. Available only on cable. You are watching TV Coach Go, proudly serving the communities of Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Go, truly local television, available only on cable. For all you CPU fans out there, get this. Season 6 is starting in November, and we've upgraded. Yes, we've upgraded. We're starting live in November. Tune in to TV Coach Go, truly local television, for a new season of CPU. TV Coach Go prides itself in being able to broadcast programs that reflect the communities it serves, created by dedicated volunteers throughout its viewing area. You can enjoy new episodes of truly local programming, a service that's available only on cable.
D-Day, the greatest seaborne invasion ever attempted. The Allied objective, to pierce Hitler's Atlantic Wall. The liberation of Europe depended on its success. Canada's job was to take one of 5 beaches along the northern coast of France. The Air Force, Navy, and infantry rehearsed for months. The ground troops chosen for the beach assault were the 3rd Division and 2nd Armored Brigade.
When we started our training, we began to realize what loomed before us. Untried troops would dare to set foot in Hitler's Europe.
June 6th, 1944. The Canadians headed towards a strip of Normandy coastline codenamed Juno Beach. D-Day would be their baptism of fire.
The enemy sprayed them with bullets as the Canadians ran down the ramps of their assault craft. Men dropped crossing that open beach, but the main force got over it and struggled through the barbed wire. It took 2 hours of brutal fighting for the beach defense system to be shattered.
D-Day achieved what many thought impossible. American, British, and Canadian forces had gained a foothold in occupied Europe. The Canadians reached 10 kilometers inland, the furthest advance of any Allied soldiers that day.
How did these men ever do it? How did they break through? The only answer was the indomitable spirit of those magnificent troops.
Welcome back to Cogeco Hockey, Pembroke Lumber Hockey. With me is, for the second interview, is Kyle Allard. Kyle's not playing tonight, he's injured. So Kyle, what's the status of your injury?
It's just a sprained ankle. I heard it on Thursday, going to the net, someone fell on it, so hopefully it's just sprained, and I'll be back on Tuesday.
Kyle, the Lumber Kings are off to a great start. Personally, how's your season off to its start?
It's okay, yeah. I had a rough start there. Couldn't put the puck in the net like the first 7 games, so I was kind of roughing it. But as soon as you get your first one, they all come in bunches. So that's what happened to me. So I'm doing pretty good right now.
Well, good. I understand you had a great off season. Came reported to camp in great shape. You worked out with your brother Sean.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I moved to Arnprior and everything. Lived with him, and he taught me a lot this summer and stuff like that. How to be a hockey player.
Now I understand Sean was the first of the Allard family to play in the CCHL. How many Allards have played in the CCHL?
All 6, all the older 6. Tyson was a 6th there 2 years ago, so yeah.
Now the Allard family is a big family from Petawawa. Now I understand that you played in the Silver Stick in minor hockey.
Yeah.
Some fond memories?
Oh, for sure. I remember going in Adam, we went to the finals, and it was so exciting. It's probably the best tournament in Canada, you know, for sure, the Silver Stick. So many teams are here from everywhere. And then if you win, you know, you go into a better tournament in the States. So, yeah, I think it's an unbelievable tournament.
Now, do you still have siblings playing minor hockey in Petawawa?
Yes, I do. I got Ethan and Cole, the 2 brothers. They're playing Pee-wee and Bantam.
That's great, Kyle. I know the players are just about to come on the ice. Good luck with the healing of the ankle, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's Lumber King Hockey on Cogeco TV. 1-0 for the Kings over the Braves. When we come back, Jamie Bramberger and Dave Knoppe for the play-by-play.
Lise. I quit high school when I was 16. I heard about this upgrading program through outreach, so I decided to come to school. My first day I was so shy and scared, but they made me feel so comfortable. My math skill have improved since starting here. My English writing is much better now than before. I love coming to school. I have started a correspondence course from high school. I plan to go to college to take the childcare course.
Full of opportunities. Like 6 months ago, I get this letter from a Nigerian prince asking me to be his sponsor so he can access a few $1,000,000 stuck in a government account. His letter asked me for $1,000 to cover the legal fees, and I'd get 30%. Guess what? I'm still waiting. So look out, folks. It's a scam. For more information, contact Phone Busters National Call Center.
Hi everyone, I'm Shauna Lawson, inviting you to join us for CCHL Snapshots. We'll bring you player profiles, team news, and more during this weekly look at what's happening in the Central Junior Hockey League. CCHL Snapshots, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. here on TV Cogeco, truly local television.
Stories of wonder, intrigue, cadavers, ex-cadavers.
Second period underway here. Pembroke Lumber Kings leading the Brockville Braves 1-0. Braves on a power play here with Adam Brace still out on a late penalty he took as the first period was winding down. Now Watson On the left wing boards, chance to clear the zone, and he carries to center and then takes a submarine hit from Lorizon as he dumps to the corner. Now back for it is Cox, starting out for the Braves. Pass to Lorizon, the assistant captain, knocked off his stick, and Lash has it. Quick wrister right on, and it is juggled there by Long, and the puck corralled now by Ward. Here is Ward. Starting out, soft pass missed everybody. That will result in an icing call as Brace is back on the ice, and the Kings have killed this one off. Welcome, Dave Noppy.
Thank you. Pretty good period by Lumber Kings. A couple of power play chances, obviously trying to get some traffic in front of Charles Long. They managed to get the one from Reimer, but they had a number of chances. Pembroke's going to have to cash these in if they want to take this Brockville team out of this game.
Now on the left wing boards is Bird. Got it out to Murphy, and Murphy will drive it into the Kings zone. Chestnut out to play it, wrists it off the glass, another strange hop, and it comes to the line where it's kept in by Atkins. Murphy had it skip over his stick, and Mishi now for the Kings. Soft pass on the wing. Mishi coming across the line. He's taken out of the play. Selleck crunched against the boards by Atkins. Now Selleck comes away with it. He fanned on the pass, and it is easily picked off, and Murphy the other way. Couldn't penetrate the Lumber King zone. Selleck lost an edge and fell, and Owen Kelly taken out of the play by Bird. Bancroft. Pass through the middle, picked off by Selleck. Selleck now wearing number 16 for the Kings. He wore 18 most of the year. Jared Paul was dealt to Cornwall. That gave him the opportunity to take a number he preferred. And we've got a penalty coming here on the play, and I think it's going to be against the Kings. It's a roughing call, potentially against Matt Reimer, number 4.
Matt Reimer is doing the most arguing as he gives Simmons a little push as he goes by. It's a roughing call.
Well, he's still protesting as he backs his way into the penalty box. Nevertheless, Reimer is out, and Kevin Abrams wants an explanation as well, as he is standing with the door open to the Lumber King bench, protesting the call. And that will be to no avail, and we'll drop it beside the Lumber King netminder. Now here's a chance and a hard drive there, a knuckleball of sorts from Horizon, and it went well wide. Watson can't clear, comes to Ward, gives to Horizon, slides it through, and breaking his stick, very frustrated was Cox as he tried to deflect it. He has to go to the bench for a new piece of lumber. Now a shot by Deacon, it got through, and the save made by Chestnut. Ward spins in the drive, and it is deflected to the corner by Sear. Braves here with good pressure on the power play. Now here is Simmons, gives to Horizon, cross ice for Ward. Ward in deep, drops to Sear. Sear with a wrist shot, got through, deflected, and it goes in behind the net. Now Simmons, couple of sticks on the ice, a glove, lots of garbage in that Lumber King zone. Now Smith couldn't clear, and the puck shot right back in. Skips over the stick of Deacon. Goes to the corner, Deacon with it again. Circling the cage. Takes a couple of hacks there from Smith. Drops it off for Sear. Sear fanned on the shot. And Brace can't clear. Patterson has lost his stick. Lumber Kings trying to kill off this penalty. Still 45 seconds. A glove gets in the way as Simmons passes it through to the corner. Now here's a chance for the Kings to clear, and Smith does. And they're able to get fresh legs out on this penalty kill. Here is Simmons being hounded there by Walters. Atkins, long pass right on the tape for Armando. He goes to the corner, still hanging on to that puck as Jimenez drills him against the boards. And now it is sent into the Brockville bench on the backhander by Reimer. And we will drop it inside the King zone. Just 15 seconds on the man advantage.
You're right, it was like a garage sale. It was Cox's stick kind of broke in half. He lost the glove. Patterson lost the stick. All on that short-handed, Pembroke short-handed series. As Pembroke's power penalty killing has been very good, and that was the most pressure Brockville was able to generate on a power play. 15 seconds left, and this is Brockville's third power play chance.
Well, lots of debate over composite sticks and how easily they will break, but players continue to use them. Really like the feel of them. They are so light if you've ever played with them. Now here is Long being checked there by Lash. After it is Owen Kelly. Lumber Kings have killed that penalty off as Atkins has it inside his own line. Turns it over to Owen Kelly. Owen Kelly going in deep. Met there by Bancroft. Now it comes loose. White dropped it to the line. Here's Stevens with some room. Got a shot through. Deflected in front. The net was empty, but Lash couldn't get a stick on it. Puck squirts loose. Owen Kelly in to get it. Drops to Lash. Lash tried to center. He was just knocked off the puck well enough that he couldn't get Lumber on the pass. And it squeaks through to the Lumber King zone. Long pass up to Reimer. He just missed a hit. Now across the line is Young. He lost the puck. And back the other way comes Charbonneau. Now Charbonneau decides to retreat, circles his net. Now really being checked here aggressively by Reimer, who forces the turnover. Reimer comes away with the loose puck, drops it to his brother Matt. A weak shot right on. Long steers to the corner. Still 1-0 Lumber Kings. A first period goal by Adam Reimer on a power play, and that's been it. We're 5 minutes into the second. In deep to try to find it, Kevin Young. Players mauled against the boards, and the whistle sounds as Smith gets in there and holds Young and Lavatoire, and we get a whistle.
I don't know, maybe if you and Murray talked about it at the beginning of the game, but Ryan Lash, of course, signing a letter of intent with St. Cloud State in Minnesota. First Pembroke Lumber King so far this season to commit to a scholarship next year. So congratulations to Ryan. You know, his mom and his dad, Terry and Denise, in Lake Forest, California, are delighted. That's what he came here for, and he'll be off to Minnesota next year.
Well, sad day for Lumber King fans. He's been a real spark plug in this jersey, and he actually had one more year of eligibility if he wanted it, but he does go the university route, and good for him. Well deserved.
And I'm sure there's going to be a few more before the season is over.
Here's Jordan Watson with a skipping puck. He couldn't get a shot away. And now he goes deep in the corner. He has really had a good start to this season. Watson really coming into his own this season for the Kings. Here is Simmons trying to crash through that Lumber King defense. He's tripped up and can't do anything with it. And back the other way is Lash. Lash trying to weave his way around Larizon. Simmons comes in and misses. And a centering pass now for Campbell. Campbell dishes in behind the net. Lash there again. Larizon on him. Lash now being checked there by Charbonneau. Got it in front, a centering pass, and Owen Kelly couldn't get a shot away. And the puck skips out to center. Now Mishi took his man Armando down. I think he's going to get an interference call.
That was kind of a late call as Mishi made contact. Referee Gray looked at the contact. He looked at the Brockville bench and the reaction, and he's going to call it. And this will be Brockville's fourth power play chance. Because he had a great, Pembroke had a great chance. Owen Kelly, you're right, just could not make it to the puck in front. It just rolled across the top of the crease.
Now the Lumber Kings came into this game with an 18 wins, 3 losses, and 1 overtime loss record, 37 points. Tops in the Central Junior League. Here's the, I was right at the tail end of that interference call. In any event, Mishi is out, and the Braves have another power play and an opportunity here to try to get a tie. Braves came into this game with 11 wins, 6 losses, a tie, and 2 overtime losses for 25 points. So they got a couple of games in hand on the Kings, currently 3rd in the Eisenman division. Pembroke just 2 points up on the Nepean going into today's action. And the Kings and Raiders will play Tuesday night at the Steve Eisenman Arena in Nepean. Here is Ward on the power play. Sends to the corner. Dan Kelly trying to get it out of there. Puck comes to Sear. Sear looking for a man to pass it to, drops to Ward. Back to Sear. He's being checked, knocked down by Jimenez. Brace trying to dig it out. Puck squirts loose for Murphy. And we get a hand pass and a whistle. And that face-off will now come outside the Lumber King blue line.
Brockville's at the end of a very long weekend. They were Friday night. They had a 6-4 win over Cornwall. That played yesterday, Saturday, up to North Bay where they won 3-2. And here now they're in Pembroke. I understand they came in from North Bay this morning, earlier today. So some travel plans there. So we're going to see if they're going to get worn out towards the end of this game.
Yeah, Murray talked extensively about that and the impact it has on the team in the first period. But what does make it a little bit easier is the fact the Braves won both of those games on the weekend, and here right in this one, trailing only 1-0, trying to make it a perfect weekend. Now we got a whistle here on a high stick, and face-off will be deep in the Brockville zone. 54 seconds left on the minor penalty to Mishi for interference. Now Owen Kelly wins the draw. Kelly and Lash, a very effective duo up front on a penalty kill. They're joined by Patterson and Campbell on the blue line. Good job here by Kelly and Lash again on the forecheck. Now the Braves do get it out, and it's shot in by Bird. Chasing after it is Armando. He meets Chestnut in behind the net. Patterson there to help out, but Armando has the loose puck. Gave it to Simmons and back to Armando. He'll drop to the line. Puck comes near side to Atkins. Backhands to the corner. Very aggressive penalty killing here by the Kings in their own end. Now here's Atkins. Gets it to Bird. Across to Simmons. Lash trying to knock the puck off his stick. And it comes near side for Armando. Banks it off the boards. Atkins with a lane. Blocker stopped there by Chestnut. And it is ripped down the ice. And that'll do it for the penalty to Mishi as he goes to the Lumber King bench after getting back on the ice. Now Atkins. Pressured there by Reimer. Right wing boards for Simmons. Cuts to the middle. Pass in the skates for Bird. And he will snap it into the zone. Here is Chestnut to play it. Off the dasher. Comes to Andrew White. Cuts in front of his own net. Really being hounded there by Cox. Players squeeze along the boards. Cox comes away with it. Jimenez all over him. Got a pretty good handle on him. And circling the net is Lund. He can't do anything with it. White got it out to center. Reimer tangled up there with Atkins. And the Braves will lift that puck into section 9 behind the Lumber King bench. And Brockville really clogging that neutral zone and much tighter checking here in the second than in the first.
Well, obviously Braves trying to slow Pembroke down, especially through the neutral zone. Doing a pretty good job in the first half of this period as Pembroke is back on their heels, but they've been killing a couple of penalties. And they're going to have to try and see if they can get some get their skating legs going and maybe attack the offensive zone just a little bit more.
Now Jordan Watson off the draw here for the Kings. He was tied up there with Smith. Puck stayed in the face-off circle for a bit, and now it's loose and out to center. Peter Stevens. Smith on him. Just about picked his pocket. Puck comes loose. Players collide, and back with it is Brace. Adam Brace across the line on the left wing. His shot is deflected and high off the glass. Now kept in here by Stevens. Quick wrister. It goes high and off the glass. Now in his own zone is Marks. Pass through the middle. Skips off of Lavatoire's skate and now shot in by the Braves. Chestnut plays it off the boards. On the right wing's boards is Young. Tipped in by Brace. He heads to the bench for a line change. Kelly on the forecheck. Marks. Pass missed everybody and slides into the King zone. Here's Mishi. Got it to Kelly. Chip forward. Selleck with a chance right in front. He hit the goal post. He had Long beat. He slid it under his pad and it hit the pipe and came back out. Long sits on it and we get a face-off.
Great move by Selleck as he had a head of steam. He just jumped through, picked up a loose puck at the blue line, was able to get in. And here we go, he's steaming in and he made a nice move. He's in all alone, he's gonna go one way, then back, and then watch him tuck it in underneath as he almost gets around. He got Long, he got by him, he just tapped it off the post and put it straight back out. Otherwise that was in and Eric would have had another one. He scored a couple of nice goals, a guy who's been brought here mainly to throw the body and drop the gloves, but he's found the back of the net a couple of times.
Well, he's missed just about half the season with suspensions. He's missed a lot of games, but he certainly has brought a lot of toughness to this team. Now here is Lash. Quick wrist shot goes off of Simmons' skate, goes to the corner. Campbell after it. Watson chasing as well. Takes Lorizon out of the play. Watson drops there for Lash. Lash into Campbell and a good stop. on the one-timer as Long kicked out the pad. He has been very solid in this game for the Braves. Now the puck goes over to Smith. He hacks at it, got it into Lash, in behind the cage. Being mauled there by Lorizon. A shot by Campbell again. That one got through. Long made the save. Now a shot, another drive that goes through the crease as Campbell was falling and got good wood on that shot and went through the blue paint. Lumber Kings buzzing here in the Brave zone. Watson falls to the corner as he's being checked. Now Lash. Lorizon after him. Lorizon gets it, pushes it forward, can't clear. Kept in again by Smith, and he drills his man to the ice. Puck on the far side, and now the Braves decide to send it all the way down. It was a long pass for Armando, missed. No icing. Crowd saying why, and that was a stretch pass by the Braves, but play continues. Now the puck turned over in the Pembroke zone. Bird squeezed out of the play by Patterson. Here is Smith. Got it to Brace. He was being pressed for Walters. Walters hard pass hit Walters, or hit Ward that is, on the knee. And the puck goes into the Brave zone. Reimer knocked off the puck by Marks. Long time here without a whistle. 8:15 left in the second. Kings leading the Braves 1-0. Players battle in the corner. Dan Kelly could not handle that pass. It skipped over his stick. He has to retreat to the center area. And now he will lift it into the corner. High off the glass. Walters on Marks. Got there, kicked the puck loose. Here's Mishi. Centering pass, a drive right on as Jimenez came in from his point position, and Long again makes a good stop.
Nice move by Jimenez to jump in from the blue line. I think Scott Campbell might have had 3 or 4 chances on that earlier. A couple of shots from the high slot, and then the other one that he put in almost in behind Long through the crease out the other side. But some good pressure by Pembroke. As we said, they got to get the momentum back, and it looks like they're working on it.
Now it's going to be Owen Kelly on the draw against Jordan Sear. Well, it was going to be, and he got tossed out, and I'm not sure why. I guess because he didn't get his stick down quickly enough. Mishi comes in, wins the draw cleanly. Reimer's shot from the point didn't get much on it, and that allows the Braves to clear. Sear after it, Chestnut out of his net. Some hesitation, decides to play it. Lund kicked at it, but Selleck finds it, got it out to the neutral zone. Here is Charbonneau into the zone. Here's a chance, and we get a offside call as Lund looked like he had a good opportunity there, but it's called on the offside, and they're going to bring that face-off all the way down to the Brockville zone. Our next telecast on TV Cogeco will be on December 11th when the Brockville Braves will again be the opposition, as we have another look at this one.
That was one of the chances by Campbell as it went through the crease.
Now back the other way comes Cox, softly into the zone. Chestnut, who has been aggressive to play the puck, comes out of his net, sends it to the other side, and the Kings content to just send it right back down the ice. Now almost picked off there by Young. Still trying to find his way here in a Pembroke uniform. Player picked up from out west. Been off skates for some time. Now here's a shot. Score! Charlie Patterson let it rip. And it hits something in front and ricochets into the Brockville net. It's 2-0 Lumber Kings.
The pinball shot as Patterson just swatted it from the blue line. We'll see if there's a what the scoring, how they give it, whether it went off of someone in front or Patterson gets the goal. He just kind of wired at it, one off of his back foot. A lot of traffic in front of the law.
Well, it comes at the 13:04 mark. They're going to give it to Andrew White, so it was deflected in front. And Patterson will get an assist as well. And Young, so it is a 2-0 game for the Kings. And the Lumber Kings have a bit more of an advantage now as they open up a 2-goal lead. Here is Lash across the Brockville line with a good move, and then puts on the brakes, and the puck slides off his stick. Back the other way, Simmons ridden into the boards, but gets through on the hit by Dan Kelly. Puck turned over. Here's Jimenez. Takes a bump along the wall, got it out to center, and the Braves shoot it right back in. Chestnut got tied up there with his defenseman, Dan Kelly. And along the boards, Bird trying to dig it out for the Braves. Number 9 drops to the point for Atkins. Takes a slap at it. That pass was blocked by Selleck, and Campbell back the other way. Softly into the corner. Selleck after Marks. Shoves him against the boards. Players collide in the corner. Pass shot right through, and Mishi with a quick turnaround shot as he was partially tied up by Atkins, and a good stop by Long. Now it comes to the line. Matt Reimer with a drive. Blocker stopped there again by Long. Now Selleck in deep. Mishi to help out. Trying to dig it out of some skates. Mishi pressed against the boards and still trying to find his way to the front of the net, tied up behind it. There's a shot by Stevens, got through. Selleck looking for the rebound, couldn't find it. And Bird has it for the Braves. Ward chipped it forward, and we get a whistle, and we've got a penalty coming up here to Brockville, I think. Interference, or is it Mishi again for Pembroke?
It's going to be Mishi that's going.
That's his second interference call this period. It's actually going to be a slash, so it happened just as Mishi was about to head to the Kings bench for a line change. He got caught on a slash.
That was kind of strange because I think Brockville touched the puck when the whistle was blown. That's why we thought it was a Brockville penalty.
Nevertheless, it is Gordy Mishi that's out. And it is a Brockville power play. They'd love to get one back here, trailing 2-0 with 4:52 left in the middle frame. Chestnut plays it off the glass. And we've learned over the years at the PMC you can never trust a bounce off these partitions in between the glass. Some really weird hops. Now here come the Braves. Horizon trying to get by Lash. And he is turned back, and Long out to play it. And he's being pressed there by Kelly. Kelly all over Kyle Atkins. And now Simmons has it for the Braves. He's checked there by Lash. Got it to Bird. Bird across the line on the left wing. Drops to Simmons. Gives to the point. Horizon didn't get anything on it. And that's an easy shot for Owen Kelly to gulf it down the ice. Now Long with brace on him. Pass all the way into the Kings zone. Back for it is Smith. And his pass is deflected by Bird, and that one finds its way into the seats.
You're right about Pembroke's penalty killing. Owen Kelly and Ryan Lash really work well together. And two more is out now, Watson and Brace. And I've been continually impressed both with Watson, who's a 20-year-old. And you were talking about him earlier, and he came to camp in incredibly good shape. Very, very physically fit. And the other guy that's impressed me so far this season has been Adam Brace. He's just got jets and has shown a bit of a scoring touch and great penalty killing ability. And him and Watson have really worked well together as that second PK unit.
You know, tremendous speed on the Lumber Kings this year, and that has been a real trademark to their success. Now the puck shot in, 28 seconds left on the penalty to Mishi, as Patterson has it, has some time, so takes it, and then will drill it down the ice. Long will leave it there for Marks. Marks, pass for Ward. Now on the left wing boards, skipped over the stick of Murphy. Then he gets it back, and Ward at an empty net and hit the side of the net as Chestnut misplayed it. Big chance there for the Braves, and a shot comes in, and it's deflected wide. Penalty now over to Mishi, and the Lumber Kings will have a chance to clear, and they will, and that should be icing as Adam Reimer just flipped it down the ice. What a chance for the Braves. As Chestnut really got caught there on a bouncing puck.
Tyler Chestnut likes to play the puck. It keeps him mentally into the game, and it's a big help, especially on the shooting on the penalty kill. But you're right, he got a little crossed up as the puck bounced away from him. Matt Ward was at a very sharp angle, put it into the side of the net. Otherwise, it would have been a Brockville goal.
Now here's a shot, hit somebody in front. There was a maze of players there, and it skips free for White. Number 12, Andrew White. Going wide around the net. Players fall in the corner. Trying to find it is White. He's being helped in there by Walters, and the puck comes to the line. Here's Reimer. In for Walters. Steers behind the net. Here's White. Falls to the ice, being checked aggressively by Charbonneau. And White comes away with it. Leaves it for Reimer. He's knocked down. Walters in to help out as well. Sear is there for Brockville. And finally, the scrum leads to a stoppage in play. 2:09 left here in the second. Lumber Kings leading 2-0. 2-0. Next Sunday, Hawkesbury Hawks will be in town, the leaders in the Robinson division, and the defending Central Junior Hockey League champions. Very good team, very fast team. And that will be the regular 7 o'clock start here at the Memorial Center.
Of course, the Hawks, Eric Villeur, the coach, has gone on to the queue. And Jeff Carter.
There's a chance, hit the goal post as Watson let it rip on the rebound of a shot from Charlie Patterson. We got another penalty coming up here, Dave, as Lash was spilled, but what a chance for Jordan Watson.
Right off the post, and 1:57. Pembroke's going to finish this this period on the power play.
Well, we'll let you finish your thought about the Hawks and Eric Villeur.
Eric Villeur has gone on to the Quebec Major League. Jeff Carter, who used to be a coach in Brockville, he's now in Hawkesbury. So this is, we'll see how that affects the Hawkesbury team. As you see, is it Ward, who just puts the clothesline out and catches Ryan Lash as he's trying to get to the net.
Here's a chance right in front for Lash, and another good stop by Long. Long all tangled up. We got a penalty coming up here. And who's it going to be against? Because Campbell was down inside the crease. Long was tied up with him. The play was continuing, and Long actually had his back to the center ice area. He was facing the net, and going to wait to get this one sorted out. It's either going to be goaltender interference or else the goalie got called. Not sure here.
The Brockville player was hacking away at the back of Scott Campbell. Now whether Campbell was getting it, both doors are open, so it looks like it's going to be both. Campbell for the interference, as we got roughing and slashing.
So Kyle Atkins goes to the penalty box for Brockville. Scott Campbell for the Lumber Kings. This should even up. Meaning it will still continue to be a 5-on-4 situation for the Kings with 1:52 left in the penalty to Ward. And $1:49 left in the period. Kings leading 2-0 here over the visiting Brockville Braves, and now they're actually showing an extra 2 minutes
for Long.
The Brockville goaltender. So while Campbell did go to the box, it looks like Long is being deemed the aggressor in that altercation. Will pick up the extra 2. And so some discussion at the Brockville bench over this. And it looks like Deacon is going to head off to serve that 2-minute minor. And the Lumber Kings now with a glorious opportunity here, a 5-on-3 to finish out the period.
And 1:52, 5-on-3, so they have a long 5-on-3. And if they can score quickly, they'll still have a bit of time with a 5-on-4.
Now it's going to be Walters, Mishi, Lash, Reimer. And is it Smith, I think, on the right wing? And it is. So the 5 that are out there. Here is Reimer at the blue line, gives to Smith. In deep for Walters. Drops to Smith again. Braves have a triangle in place. Centering pass, skips over the stick of Mishi. He was home free. Now Reimer into Lash. Lash centering pass, and taking a swipe at it was Walters, and he missed. Now here is Adam Reimer again. Gives into Walters. Centering pass, deflected by Long. Puck comes over to Reimer. Reimer back into Walters. Players fall in front. A shot by Lash. Stopped Mishi, a couple of hacks at it. And the save made again by Long. Now it comes out to the line. Here is Smith. Into Lash. One-time centering pass. Nobody home. Cross to Lash again. Right over. Scores! Walters. 3-0 Lumber Kings.
The Pembroke moving the puck around really nicely, just not able to connect. Until finally, Lash gets it across the crease.
So it's a 5-on-3 as we have a look at this thing, and empty net for Walters on the pass from Lash, and it is a power play marker, and you cannot give this powerful Lumber King lineup those kind of opportunities. They will burn you, and case in point, Walters gets the goal, and it is a 3-0 Lumber King lead here late in the second. And it was a 5-on-3, so the Kings remain on a power play here as they get the early goal in the power play. And now it's a 5-on-4. Across the line, Lash centering pass for Reimer. It was about knee high, and it skips to the corner. Now back behind the cage is Bancroft. He's in a battle there with Mishi. Kept in by Smith. Shovels it in deep. Broken stick there on the ice. Puck comes out to Smith. Kept it in. And now it squirts out to center.
Stories of wonder, intrigue, cadavers, ex-cadavers, stoned housewives, alcoholic firefighters, and girl-on-girl action.
Wow.
Wow. This fall, the best boundary-pushing television every night at 10. Showcase at 10. Wow.
Ratepayers within the city of Pembroke can rely on TV Coach Co to broadcast live their council members and the decisions they make every first and third Tuesday night of the month. Live council meeting coverage on TV Coach Co starts at 7. Every Friday night at 6, check out TV Coach Co Insight, a full hour of local programming focused on the people and events throughout the communities of Arnprior, Renfrew, Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Co Insight. It's available only on cable. CCHL Snapshots is your window to the excitement taking place around the Central Junior Hockey League. Tune in every Friday night at 8:30 for a new episode with in-depth interviews and highlights from around the league. New this season to TV Coach Co, we have Base Army News, an in-depth look at military life and military personnel throughout our Canadian Forces. Base Army News, a new episode starts each Friday at 7 o'clock, only on TV Coach Co.
The War Amps pays tribute to the Year of the Veteran with a unique form of history. In his compelling memoir, Excuse Us, Herr Schickelgruber, Cliff Chatterton tells the harrowing adventures of the young men under his command in the Royal Winnipeg Rifles. He brings these characters to life by recounting their exploits before enlistment, their family backgrounds, and their actions on the battlefield. The horror of D-Day and the relentless march against the enemy form the backdrop for his portrayal of life in the line of fire.
When we started our training, we began to realize what loomed before us. Untried troops would dare to set foot in Hitler's Europe.
D-Day, June 6, 1944. The Canadians headed towards a strip of Normandy coastline codenamed Juno Beach.
The enemy sprayed them with bullets as the Canadians ran down the ramps of their assault craft. Men dropped crossing that open beach, but the main force got over it and struggled through the barbed wire. It took 2 hours of brutal fighting for the beach defense system to be shattered.
The Canadians reached 10 kilometers inland, the furthest advance of any Allied soldiers that day. Cliff Chatterton is a familiar figure to most Canadians. He has dedicated his life since the war to fighting for veterans' rights and improving the lives of amputees. In his memoir, Excuse Us, Herr Schicklgruber, the experiences he describes are frightening, funny, tragic, and miraculous. It's a story you'll never forget.
D-Day, the greatest seaborne invasion ever attempted. The Allied objective, to pierce Hitler's Atlantic Wall. The liberation of Europe depended on its success. Canada's job was to take one of 5 beaches along the northern coast of France. The Air Force, Navy, and infantry rehearsed for months. The ground troops chosen for the beach assault were the 3rd Division and 2nd Armored Brigade.
When we started our training, we began to realize what loomed before us. Untried troops would dare to set foot in Hitler's Europe.
June 6, 1944. The Canadians headed towards a strip of Normandy coastline codenamed Juno Beach. D-Day would be their baptism of fire.
National Call Center.
Join host Audrey Gauthier for a new episode of Seniors Affairs every Friday night starting at 8. Learn a new craft technique, listen to local musicians, or find out interesting things about people in your community. Residents of Petawawa can count on TV Coach Go to keep them informed of the political issues that matter to them through the coverage of Petawawa Town Council. Tune in each Tuesday night at 9 as TV Coach Go airs complete Petawawa Council coverage. Make sure you tune into TV Coach Co every Thursday night at 8 o'clock for your chance to win up to $650 in prizes during Crime Stoppers TV Bingo. Pick up your tickets at various locations in Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Co is your front row seat to see the Pembroke Lumber Kings in action during its award-winning CCHL hockey coverage. Join Jamie Bramberger and Dave Nompy as they call the game from the Bill K broadcast booth. TV Coach Co CCHL hockey coverage, available only on...
Welcome back to Lumber King Hockey and Coach Co TV. 3-0 for the Kings after 2. With me is Patrick Sweeney. Patrick is injured, and we're just going to have a couple of words with Patrick. Patrick, what's the nature of the injury?
It's a second-degree separation of my left arm, shoulder, but we'll just call it an upper body injury for now. But hopefully I'll be back next week sometime, but I'll start skating next week, and hopefully I'll return.
Now, Patrick, this is your first year with the Lumber Kings. Why don't you give us a brief background on how you got to be a Lumber King?
Well, I started my CCHL career in Nepean actually when I was 16 years old, and after that I moved on to Brampton for 2 years, and then after disappointment this year being released by Brampton, I ended up coming to Pembroke, and I haven't turned back since.
Well, Patrick, we're very fortunate to have you here. You're second in the league scoring. How does it feel to be in Pembroke and playing for the Kings?
Oh, it's great. I mean, my line mates have contributed so much that I've been playing with Ryan Latch, Scott Campbell, Kyle Liard, and Adam Reimer. Any two of those guys playing on my wings is just a great opportunity for me, and I've been bearing on my chances, so it's great for me.
Now, how about the Fred Page Cup? Any thoughts about the Cup?
Actually, when I was 16 years old playing for Nepean, I actually got an opportunity to play with the Fred Page. So it's a great experience, and I really can't wait to have that experience once again.
Now, Patrick, when should the team expect you back to be on the ice?
Hopefully next home game against Hawkesbury. That's what my goal is for now, and hopefully I'll return then.
Well, Pembroke's very fortunate to have you. Thank you very much, Patrick, and good luck with the shoulder. Thank you. Now, just talking about minor hockey, with us again is Russ Holmberg. Russ was with us last time we were on the air talking about the Fred Page Cup, but Russ is also wearing his other hat tonight as part of the Silver Stick Organizing Committee. This is the first week of the series of weekends for the Silver Sticks. Russ, why don't you give us a brief history of the Silver Stick and what happened this weekend?
Well, if you take a look at the Silver Stick in Pembroke, it started in about 1984. This is our 21st year of regional Silver Sticks in this area. Prior to the Silver Stick Regional in Pembroke, if teams from this area wanted to play in the international finals, they had to go and participate in a regional tournament in Sudbury. And people like Ian Taylor and Jim McGregor and Terry O'Neill, those people back in the mid-'80s said, heck, we can have a regional Silver Stick here in Pembroke that'll be better than any of the others, and how prophetic they were. The regional Silver Stick here in Pembroke will have about 180 teams. That is the largest Silver Stick tournament, whether it's regional or final in North America. And you have to understand that while there are 8 or 9 regionals in Ontario, in the United States, Silver Stick is just growing like gangbusters. And there are regional tournaments all along the eastern seaboard, Connecticut, Maryland, down to Alabama, Texas, Nevada, California, and all of these regional teams come and play in the finals, generally speaking in January in the Huron, Sarnia, Port Huron area.
Now, this weekend was the first weekend for this season. Who was playing this weekend? What division?
We had the Adam division this weekend. We do have 5 separate weekends, and each weekend is devoted to a separate age category. And so we'll, in series, move up a category every weekend. So next weekend will be Pewee, followed by Bantam and Midget, and then we'll round it off with a girls' weekend on December the 9th.
Now, for this weekend locally, I hear some teams did very well. Can you comment on that?
Well, generally speaking, we are a regional tournament, and so we hope all the teams in our region do well. but you have to know that when we've got some Valley teams getting close to winning it all, we really get excited for them. The A division was won this weekend by Osgood. The B division went into overtime, a 0-0 game into overtime between Mississippi and our own Pembroke squad. And unfortunately, Mississippi scored a goal 5 minutes into overtime. And what I heard, I wasn't at the game myself, but what I heard was an extremely well-played game. And the boys from Pembroke should be very proud. I watched them play on Friday and Saturday, and I was very impressed with not only their work ethic, but the vision on the ice and their ability to move the puck up, to look for an open man and get the puck to him. It's interesting, I use the word man for people that are 10, 11 years of age. And I can't forget, we must also mention that in the C division, Valley Storm, a team based out of Eganville, won the whole enchilada, and they'll be representing us down in Forest on January the 13th, so congratulations to them.
Congratulations to Valley Storm and, as you say, the Pembroke Adam B team. I know they played their heart out. Now, Russ, this is a successful tournament, and the tournament does make some money, but where does the money go to?
Well, we are obliged through Silver Stick that the money that we make at the tournament flows back to Pembroke Minor Hockey, and in addition to that, other initiatives that support hockey in this region. And so over the last couple of years, we've contributed a great deal of money to the new addition to Pem Ice 2. And if you attended the games this weekend at Pem Ice 2, those, the people that were watching the game really had a comfortable place to watch as opposed to the small foyer that used to be there. So those dollars were well received, and over the last couple of months we put a new clock into Pem Ice 2, and we completed the construction by adding the final touches to the floor out there.
Russ, I know we're just about to start the third period. On behalf of the Pembroke community and the hockey community as a whole, thank you very much to yourself and your organizing committee. It's been a fantastic weekend. It's a fantastic tournament, and from a coach standpoint, one of the hardest tournaments to win. But best of luck in the next 4 weekends, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So Russ Holmberg, that concludes our interviews for the second period. We're going to go into the third period. Play-by-play by Mr. Bramberger and Mr. Noppi. 3-0 for the Kings over the Braves.
Ratepayers within the city of Pembroke can rely on TV Coach Co to broadcast live their council members and the decisions they make every first and third Tuesday night of the month. Live council meeting coverage on TV Coach Co starts at 7. Every Friday night at 6, check out TV Coach Co Insight, a full hour of local programming focused on the people and events throughout the communities of Arnprior, Renfrew, Pembroke, Petawawa, Chalk River, and Deep River. TV Coach Co Insight is available only on cable. CCHL Snapshots is your window to the excitement taking place around the Central Junior Hockey League. Tune in every Friday night at 8:30 for a new episode with in-depth interviews and highlights from around the league. New this season to TV Coach Co, we have Base Army News, an in-depth look at military life and military personnel throughout our Canadian Forces. Base Army News, a new episode starts each Friday at 7 o'clock, only on TV Coach Co.
Teams back on the ice here, getting ready for the third period. Lumber Kings leading 3-0. They will have a short power play here, 10 seconds to be exact, to start the third. A lot tonight and has played very well.
He has, and he's been keeping his team, keeping this game close. If it wasn't for long, it could easily be 5 or 6-0 for Pembroke. As they had that 5-on-3 and they had a couple of good chances, but just weren't able to cash it in until Jason Walters, of course, scored. And
third period now underway as the penalty to Brockville is over. Lash across the line. Being checked there by Charbonneau. Puck goes loose in behind the net. A centering pass for Mishi, intercepted by Lorizon, and Ward back out the other way. He's all tangled up by Walters. Now Lash couldn't pick up that loose puck. Charbonneau softly off the boards and shot right back in by the Kings. Long will leave it there for Charbonneau. Big defenseman, number 44 for the Braves. Pass picked off through the middle by Brace. Brace, good wheels as he cuts towards the net. Now circles the cage. Ridden into the boards by Lorizon. They have a bear hug in behind the cage. And now they got a penalty here as Lorizon and Brace were all tied up. Brace was dumped and we've got a roughing call against Lorizon. So the Kings about to go on another power play here.
this will be Pembroke's 6th 2 power play goals in the game so far. Again, that's a good example of Adam Brace and how speed can generate not only scoring opportunities but power play chances. As Horizon didn't have much choice but grab onto Brace and throw him down. He got away with it for a little while, but when Brace hit the ice, that's when the arm went up.
I don't know if the team ever tests speed in practice, but it's got to be between Watson and Brace for the fastest on the team, I would think.
I think you got to put Lash in there too.
Lash, yeah, he's got good wheels too.
Might be interesting to watch that, a little competition maybe.
Well, it might be a promotional opportunity for the Kings to think about a skills competition some game. Now in behind the net is Lash, gives it off to Reimer. Reimer drops to Walters, into Reimer. Now Reimer spinning out of the corner, gives to Walters, and back to Reimer. Walters in front, the pass there from Lash actually, and Smith had moved in from his defensive position. Now Walters at the line, gives to Smith and back to Walters. Couldn't get a handle on that puck, so he dumps it off for Reimer. Reimer fell as he lost an edge and actually dug right in. Now it comes to Walters, back to Reimer. Walters, one-timer shot got through, and Long makes the save and hangs on.
A lot of traffic in front there of Long as Brockville was collapsing down low, and you had Campbell, Lash, and Reimer heading there. And Jamie, we talked off during the intermission just how good Pembroke's been. This is 9-0 here at home. They have outscored their opposition 77-8 in those 9 games. Pembroke's averaging 8 goals a game here in the PMC.
77-8, remarkable. Here is Ward with a chance, shorthanded, and the wrister goes wide on the stick side. Lumber Kings trying to get into double digits in wins here on home ice against no losses tonight. They lead 3-0. Tyler Chestnut also looking for his 3rd shutout of the year, or 4th?
I believe he's got 3.
One of them came against Brockville earlier this season, a 2-0 win. Here's Lash across the line. Puck spun out to center. Mike Stevens couldn't keep it in. Now goes to Kelly. And Kelly to his brother Owen Kelly. With speed across the line, now puts on the brakes. Sends to the corner for White. 9 seconds on the power play. Mishi is working in front of the net. Now Owen Kelly trying to dig it out. Has it in behind the net. Got it out to Stevens. Stevens loads the gun. The shot. Stick stopped there by Long. And the Braves penalty now over as Lorizon got tangled up with Kelly in the neutral zone. Atkins softly to the Pembroke blue line. Dan Kelly knocked down. Here's a good pass, and no, they say it's offside as Andrew White a half step over the blue line.
Nice chance by Owen Kelly as he's tried to send White in. Turnover in the neutral zone, and Kelly was on it. But Andrew White half a stride in over the blue line, or else he was home free.
Oh, they'll drop the puck in the center ice area. Brockville now with it. Knocked across the line by Choles. In for Patterson. Hard pass through the middle for Watson. He runs into Choles there, and Watson got the better of him as Choles falls to the ice. Now a centering pass by Young, picked off. Back the other way is Deacon. Deacon got it to Simmons. Simmons with a shot. It's deflected. Penalty coming up to the Kings. And as Patterson touches, the whistle sounds and will get the call. It's going to be a slashing penalty. Simmons was coming out on the wing and took a pretty good hack. And who's going to get it?
Looks like it's going to be Patterson. He's the one with the escort from the linesman.
So Braves go on the power play here. 16-16 left in the third. Kings leading 3-0. Face-off will be to the right of Tyler Chestnut. Ward won it cleanly. Got it to Lorizon. Now it comes to Atkins. Deacon in there trying to find it as well. And now it comes loose, and Brace from his knees will send it into the Brockville zone. Here is Lorizon, assistant captain, pass through the middle. Lash got a stick on that. Kelly hooking his man Atkins as he shoots it in. Chestnut out to play it, sends it around the horn, got it to Owen Kelly. Breakaway pass for Lash. Lash trying to get by Lorizon, cuts to the middle. What a play by Lash! And he stopped. Oh, mercy. He just about lit this crowd on fire with that play as he made a great play, and it was in slow motion as he went to the deke. And Long, to his credit, hugged the post and made the save. Now here's Ward. In deep, he goes flying through the air as he crashes over the Lumber King defenseman who was sliding along the ice. Now Simmons dumps to the corner. Dan Kelly has it. And he will slide it down the ice. 50 seconds left here on the Brockville power play. Lumber Kings had the greatest chance on a tremendous individual effort by Ryan Lash. Here is Sear. Centering pass goes across the crease, and Owen Kelly will drive it down the ice. Long out to play it. Pass up the middle, played by Cox. Make it Murphy. Shot it in on Chestnut, and as Murphy goes right after him, Chestnut covers up, and Matt Reimer says, "How do you do?"
A little gathering behind the back in the net. As Owen Kelly's in there with Simmons as well. What a great chance as Ryan Lash, as Kelly just sent him away. He managed to dance around the defenseman and right in on. And I don't know if Long got his skate out or if it hit the post. Here we have a look as he just discs around and makes another move. He just kind of loses the handle right at the end and wasn't able to poke it past.
There's a great block shot by Walters. That might have nipped a bit as the shot came in from the line off the stick of Choles. Now Choles drops it in behind the net. Deacon through the middle to Choles. Trolls across the line. Puck rolls off his stick to Chestnut. Pembroke penalty is over, and Chestnut covers up. Looked like Long made a good toe stop on Lash's. Lash did everything but score on that play.
Lash was kind of off balance, and I think he might have lost control of the puck as he got right in tight to the goalie and wasn't able to, because there was some room past Long's skate at the end of his pad, and he just wasn't able to get it there.
Oh, how many times over the last few seasons with Ryan Lash in a Lumber King uniform have we seen plays that have brought this crowd to its feet?
They've been a few of them, and we've even got a few on broadcast, which has always been good.
Well, he's a magician with the puck. A lot of fun to watch. Now here's Lund off the draw for the Braves. It's won by Owen Kelly. Chestnut sweeps it around the boards, kept in by Charbonneau, at least for the moment. Now Bird chipped it forward. Puck just inside the Lumber King blue line, and with Selleck tied in there as well with Cox. We got a whistle, and now we get a few facial massages as players meet right by that Lumber King bench, and we're very close to having fisticuffs here. Starting to dissipate now. We're probably going to get a few roughing penalties out of this. We'll wait. And it's going to be who? As the referee, it looks like first culprit off to the sin bin will be Dan Kelly for the Kings. And Owen Kelly, his brother, is going to join him. No, he's going to leave now. He thought he was going in.
Perhaps the ref just said Kelly and Owen felt guilty.
It's Bird that takes a seat in the sin bin for the Braves. And now Owen Kelly is getting pulled off the bench to go in for a penalty. So both of the Kellys are there. And I think the Lumber Kings are probably going to get the short end of this one. Looks like that's all roughing penalties, so we'll wait and hear the announcement and see what, well, there it is. Dan Kelly got the extra 2 minutes for the Kings. So a couple of offsetting minors, I expect. Kevin Abrams is, again, very angry with the call as he is yelling at the referee. You can see him in the top of the screen now talking with the linesman, but he does not agree with the call, obviously, and asking why did we pick up the extra 2 minutes.
Kind of a scrum along the boards as everybody was in, shoving, and a couple of gloves, gloves and faces, that sort of thing. No punches or anything, but you're right. Dan Kelly gets the extra 2, and Pembroke will be looking to kill off their 7th power play.
Watson broke his stick right off the face-off. It goes in pieces. And now Larison back for the Braves. Watson right on him. Pass to Cox. Just got it across the line, and Patterson lifts it into the Lumber King bench, and we get a stoppage in play. Minute 44 left in the penalty to Kelly. Kings would like to get another shutout here for Tyler Chestnut tonight, leading 3-0.
Roughing across the board, Bird and both Kellys, or as Jeff Patterson said, the Kelly brothers for roughing.
Well, that makes it simplistic.
Yeah, it makes,
Smith fell awkwardly into the boards there and ended up falling on the puck, and so we got an early whistle. Kings go on the road Tuesday night in Nepean in a showdown for top spot in the Yzerman division and the overall CJHL standings. Back home here next Sunday to play Hawkesbury. Here's a chance score. I talked about the shutout, and just like that, it's gone as Simmons knocks in the rebound on the power play, and the Braves have cut the deficit to 3-1.
Right off a face-off. Shot on goal, and it was a big rebound. Simmons was the first guy to it. And that will negate the power play 30 seconds in. I had a look at it there. As nothing Tyler Chestnut could do as the puck came off to the far side. And
still lots of time here for Brockville now as they have cut the lead to 2 goals. It is 3-1 Lumber Kings. Power play marker. That is the 3rd power play goal tonight out of 4 that have been scored. Now Stevens gets it to White. Avoids the hit, and then a good hook there on Lash. No call. Now Lash got it ahead to Campbell on the backhand, and a good stop by Long. Now Ward can't clear. Kept in by Jimenez. Chipped it to the corner. Now in behind the net is Lash trying to find it. Lash got another hook on him. Campbell takes his man to the boards. Lumber Kings pick up the loose puck. Centering pass there for Lash. Didn't get through. Lash might have clipped somebody with a high stick. That is Atkins that went down, and then Lash got a pretty heavy ride. He was trying to lift Atkins' stick, but his stick came up and caught him underneath the face mask.
There's no indication of a penalty from referee Gray.
Well, more discussion here as they try to sort this one out. And
you're right, Lash took a bit of a thump afterwards, and I don't know if it was partly because of the high stick, and that's why you saw the Lumber Kings all come in en masse.
No penalty call. Referee, I guess, did not see it. Brockville bench asking about it. And so it stays even strength. Walters on the draw. Got it to Patterson. Patterson turns it over at the line. Comes to Choles. Got it ahead for Sear.
Young's going to get a penalty here as he punched one of the Brockville guys in the side of the head right off the draw.
And that's not smart. That's a bad penalty for the Lumber Kings to take here, leading by 2. And Young is getting an earful from Sheldon Keefe, who's on the bench, the owner of the Lumber Kings, and he gave him an evil eye and had a few words for him.
It was just to engage with a Brockville player. They were physically involved, and then he just decided to crack the guy in the face. And after Pembroke got away with not getting a high stick call on Ryan Lash.
So Brockville gets another chance here to get a little bit closer on the power play. In deep is Cox. Smith took it away, got it to Watson. Watson had to put on the brakes as the puck was knocked off his stick, and now he will send it in deep. Brace after it. Long plays it, dumps near side. Kyle Atkins, who has logged a lot of ice time on that Brockville blue line tonight, number 16, got it out, and Walters shoots it right back in. Here is Larizon. Larizon across center, and he will drive it into the Kings zone. Took a weird hop off the back of the net. Chestnut plays it. Another strange bounce, and then it is ripped down the zone into the Brockville zone by Walters. Long out to play it. Lash on him. Puck free at center. Watson chipped it back to Patterson, and he will lift it coast to coast. Now starting to set things up is Atkins, or make that Larizon. And Brockville really missing badly here on their passes. Brace took a stab at it, gets it again, and he will wrist it down the ice. So not much going on in this Brockville power play. 40 seconds left on the minor penalty to Young. Here come the Braves again, through the neutral zone. Pass hit a skate for Cox, and Lash would have been home free, but Walters overskated that loose puck. Now Lash does have a chance, getting hooked from behind, trying to break free. Took a high stick, no call. That one was blatant. You could see his head jerk back. Now back the other way. Comes
Lash
Simmons.
is telling the referee all about it too.
Now here is Simmons across the line. Puts on the brakes. Sends to the corner for Cox. Puck comes loose. Murphy. Penalty about to expire. Back on the ice is Young. He heads to the bench, and White comes out to join the Lumber King forward line. Here is White through center. Tried to get a shot away. He was really being hounded from behind by Murphy, and the puck comes loose. On the boards, it is shot in by Lavatoire. Choles in there for it as well. And the puck taken away, and Brace is ridden off the puck, and Brockville with a new lease on life here, trailing by only 2 after the goal on the power play, trying to find another one, and the Kings are forced to ice it. And that face-off will come deep in the Pembroke zone. Under 10 minutes left in the third.
Pembroke doing another good job killing off that penalty as we have the pizza mad minute going on here. But what a great job is, you're right, almost Ryan Lash trying to get away there on another short-handed break. He gets clipped across the top of the helmet. And there's another chance. Jason Walters just wasn't able to poke the puck ahead to him.
Now here is Selleck in his own end. He had the puck knocked off his stick by Murphy. Murphy in behind the Lumber King net. Trying to get away from a check. Centering pass there for Cox. Puck knocked loose. Now Selleck tried to clear, couldn't do it as he was taken into the boards. Here's Charlie Patterson near side. High off the glass. And the puck squirts to the Brockville line. Lorizon drops for Charbonneau. Pass back to Lorizon. Got it through the middle for Cox. Cox across the Lumber King blue line. Pushed into the corner by Smith. Ward there for it for Brockville. Lumber Kings looking to get it out of their own zone, and Owen Kelly has it. Squeezes his way through with not a lot of ice room along the boards and lifts it into the zone. Armando took a shot there. Didn't like it very much. Took a shot at Kelly in return. Now here is Armando across the line. Taken away by Kelly. Gives to Adam Reimer. He has a goal here tonight, the first of the night. Now Reimer circling the net. All the way around to the far side. Drops it off for White. He had it knocked off his stick. And back the other way comes Kyle Atkins. He will just dump to the corner. Dan Kelly back for the Kings. Tried to get it up the boards. Hit his man in the back. Now Jordan Watson near the Lumber King bench in the neutral zone. Drops to the blue line. Pass on the tape for White. He had it checked off of him. And Atkins again for the Braves. And he will send it kitty corner. Chestnut out to play it. Lumber Kings now facing a lot of pressure here from the Braves as they try to get a turnover and get another scoring chance. There's a shot that comes in from Bancroft, not a lot on it, but Chestnut had to make a good stop as he saw it late. Now the puck inside the Lumber King line again, just lifted forward. And Jimenez, and he will bank it off the boards. Here's Mishi trying to outmuscle his man. He's got no stick, playing with skates like he's in rollerblading. Now here is Brace. And we've got another penalty coming up. It's going to be against the Kings. I think it's Mishi's going to get it for retaliation. Interference. So that's the third time tonight, I think, that Mishi's been called for interference.
And I think that's the third or fourth straight penalty Pembroke has picked up in the last. And Kevin Abrams is just having a...
He's livid at that Lumber King bench. This is about the fourth time that, and I think he just got himself an unsportsmanlike, and he did.
Unsportsmanlike. But you know what? Gray, the referee, could do himself a bit of a favor. He hasn't gone over to explain these calls one bit. And Abrams, the rule is when the referee is and when the coach is standing in the doorway, you're supposed to come over and talk to him. And he hasn't done that at all.
Well, the net result here is, though, is that Abrams has just cost his team 2 more minutes in the box and has opened the door for the Braves here for a 5-on-3 with 7:24 left in the third, and the Lumber Kings leading 3-1. Now the referee does head over to Kevin Abrams, and I don't think he wants to get into a discussion, and Abrams is still hot.
Well, you know, if you're the referee, if you have no problem with the call you've made, you have no problem going over and explaining to the coach. And that's part of the thing that helps calm coaches down. You come over, he says his piece, you respond, and that's it. But by not talking to him, all he can do is stand there in the doorway and scream at you. And now they've added one. So,
well, Young has gone into the bench to serve the penalty, so he joins Mishi, and it is a full 2-minute 5-on-3 here for the Braves. Watson, Campbell, and Jimenez out there for the Kings to try to kill it off. Big point in this hockey game here as Cox takes it over the line for the Braves and drops to Atkins. Atkins moving to the neutral or to the center ice area. Has the return pass from Lorizon. Rolled off his stick. Watson chance to clear, can't do it. Lorizon with a shot through a screen. Hit Campbell's stick, deflected to the corner. Now here is Ward. Drops to Lorizon and back to Ward. Now Lorizon. Again, just inside the line, gives to Atkins. Watson up high on this penalty kill. Atkins, wrister, didn't get through. Jimenez got a piece of that as he fell to his knees. A minute 10 left here on the two-man advantage. Here's Ward with a drive, and that caught Jimenez's skate and goes to the corner. Now Lorizon for Atkins. Sends it in for Ward. Ward tried to pass to Simmons. Simmons was backing up, going the other way, and the Lumber Kings Campbell sends it down the ice and gets a roar out of this crowd. 50 seconds on the two-man advantage. Here is Atkins. Sends it in deep. Chestnut out to play it in behind his net, and he will lift it high and into the Lumber King bench. And what's the call on that?
There is no call. This is not the NHL. You're allowed,
okay.
You're allowed to shoot it out.
Just wanted to check on that because I couldn't remember. The rules are changing so much these days in hockey that, well, you don't have the high glass. That's part of it, right?
Well, that's part of it too. And there's never really been a rule in the CCHL about the goalie putting it over the net, over the glass. And that one went into the bench. And 40 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
Walters now out there with Patterson and Smith to try to kill off the remaining time. Walters falls to the ice in anticipation of a shot, didn't come. Now here is Choles. This time Walters does block it, battling to get it out, and the Kings do get it across the line as Smith got a hold of it. Now Bancroft to Choles. Walters on an aggressive forecheck. Here is Bancroft across the line. Couldn't get through the defense. Walters has a chance to backhand it down the ice. And that should do it as Long plays it out to center for Bancroft. 5 seconds on the penalties. Walters was late getting off the ice. That could have been too many men against the Kings. Now here are both players back on the ice. And a chance now for Lash. Lash moving in, breakaway, in front, rebound, and a save off of Kelly as Long held his position as Kelly had the rebound, and now Lash has drawn a penalty as he is knocked to the ice by Bird, and the Lumber Kings will go on a power play. Ryan Lash making things happen again.
Another shorthanded break, or actually not shorthanded, the power play penalty was over for Lash, and again another chance, just not able to get anything by Long. And then Owen Kelly following up. Here he's coming in, and there's Long with the poke check. He kind of misses it, but he does, tries a 5-hole, comes right back out, and you see Kelly coming along, and this looks like a gimme, and Kelly just off the toe of his stick puts it wide. So Pembroke not getting any puck luck in this third period, particularly on those chances.
Power play here for the Kings. Centering pass, what a great pass by Lash as Smith was coming in deep, a little bit too tight, and the save made by Long. Now Campbell into Lash. Reimer goes to the other side and picks up the loose puck. Walters and Smith on the line. Puck comes to Walters. Back to Reimer from the hash marks into Lash. Centering pass. Loose puck. Players chop away at it. And then Sear gives Reimer a pretty good shot to the back on the cross-check. And Reimer wisely walks away to avoid any retaliation penalty. Down to 4:35 left here in the third. Lumber Kings leading Brockville 3-1, and they're on a power play. And a minute 30 left on the minor to Bird.
That one's going to go to 7039. That's the Boston Pizza consolation prize.
Reminder, the TV Cogeco, the exclusive home of the Fred Page Cup hockey tournament coming up in April. We'll be showing you all of the Lumber King games here on TV Cogeco in that great tournament. As the pass comes through from Smith, it goes wide. Now Walters got it into the corner for Lash to Reimer. Being hounded there by Simmons. One-timer by Walters got through. And again, covering up is Long. And he really has been quite a story here for Brockville tonight. I expect by the time the total shots and goal are tallied up at the end of the night, he could be facing somewhere in the neighborhood of 50-plus shots.
I would think so, if he hasn't faced that yet.
Here's Lash, gives to Walters and back to Lash. rolls it into the corner for Reimer. Reimer cycling and a good wrister, and the stop by Long off the glove, and it deflects over the glass and will drop the puck deep in the Brockville zone again.
The Hawkesbury Hawks are in town. Sunday, November.
Well, it certainly has been an interesting time in the CJHL with the Mike McCourt 45-game suspension, the removal of Mac McLean as commissioner, Eric Veilleux leaving as a head coach of the Hawkesbury Hawks. Boy, for a guy like you that writes stories in the league, there's no shortage.
There's no limit, and we mentioned Todd Gill down on the bench for the Braves, and Jeff Carter now with Hawkesbury, and it just it continues to be interesting. And with any luck, the CJHL website will get itself sorted out, and guys like us can get the stats straightened out.
Great time to be a sports journalist, though, Dave. Never bored. Now here's Long trying to clear. Puck on the far side by Ward as he sends it out and drilled right back in by the Kings again. Long shot. Lumber Kings make a line change here in the power play. Reimer and Lash do stay out, but they're joined now by Mishi and Kelly. They got too many men on the ice. They have 6 players out for a good 15 seconds and no call. And the Brockville Braves, too many men on the ice. And now the puck into the Kings zone as Stevens has it. He is hooked from behind.
It was long enough for you and I both to count him twice. And
Yeah.
we don't count very fast.
And they got away with it. Penalty up to Brockville. And here comes Owen Kelly across the line. Simmons gives him a chop. Kelly centering pass. Mishi trying to find it. And it's picked off by Choles. Now Patterson dumps it in. Horizon back for it for the Braves. Horizon couldn't get it by Mishi. Mishi bumps his man along the boards. Now Simmons. He is dumped with a solid hip check by Charlie Patterson at center ice. That was a beauty as he caught him as he was just lifting his head after taking that pass.
Some of the Braves didn't like it.
It looked like a clean hip check.
Armando gave Patterson a little chop.
Here's Watson, breakaway. Watson in tight, hit the crossbar. That's a second goal post for him tonight as he has been snake bitten. He had Long beat. Now the Kings shoot it in. Here is Campbell in the corner. Bumped there by Choles. And Choles got a little bit too aggressive with Campbell. He got a glove in his face. And now we've got Brace talking it over here with Armando, and Dan Kelly steps in as well, and players separate, and we've got a penalty coming up to Choles, and the Kings about to go on the power play again. Choles will get a roughing call here. 1:52 left in the third.
And Brockville obviously not happy about that hit by Patterson. As you said, we'd have to see it again, but it looked like a clean hip check. Caught Simmons coming over the blue line, turned him upside down almost.
Here it is.
And we'll have a look, and Patterson's just going to put the hip out.
That looks like a good hit to me.
Yeah, that's a clean hit, and Simmons might not think so, but didn't look like a knee or anything else. It just looked like he put the hip down.
Well, you know, it's a lost art in hockey these days. You just don't see many hip checks anymore. And we've got a timeout here called. I didn't catch by, I think it was the Braves that called it. So Brockville now facing an uphill battle here. 1:52 left in the clock. They've just been assessed a 2-minute minor to Pat Choles. So they're going to have to find a way to get some offense generated here at a time that they're also trying to kill off a penalty down a man.
Pembroke's had 2 power play goals so far, and that's Reimer and Walters. Ryan Lash with 2 assists. Andrew White, of course. Pembroke could be looking to put this game away.
Walters and Deacon on the drive, off the draw that is, and Smith has it for the Kings. Shoots it in deep. Weird hop again off the boards. Walters leaves it there for Reimer. Now Reimer got it into Lash. Lash lugging that puck. Over to Reimer. Reimer trying to bang away at it. And Long covers up and hangs on for a face-off. You got to think that the Braves will try a home run pass here. They know they don't have to worry about icing down a man. And if they get a chance, you would think that they would try to hit somebody on a breakaway.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but at the same time, you can't commit to the offensive side. Now Reimer and Simmons are having something to say. As Simmons was over saying something to Lash earlier. But you're right, Pembroke or Brockville's going to have to try and make something happen here.
Here's Campbell on the return pass as Smith with him on the blue line. Puck goes into Reimer. Surprised Brockville not more aggressive in trying to get the puck away. Now Larizon does step in on Reimer. Steered to the corner for Lash. Walters going to the front of the net, and the Braves will chop it down the ice. And we are now down to 1 minute left here in the third period. Lumber Kings up by a pair, 3-1. Here is Smith. Pass on the tape for Walters. Slowly across the line, puts on the brakes. Walters dumps it in deep. Ward picked off the pass. Now Ward tried to drive it down the ice. That hit somebody in front. Now Lash picks off the pass, centering pass, and Walters just steered it wide. Here's Cox. Puck skips over the stick of Simmons into the final 25 seconds here in the third period. Now Walters tried to flip it forward for Lash, didn't get it there. Delayed offside. Owen Kelly, if he touches it, we get a whistle. We do. And they blow it dead. And we're down to 15.6 seconds left in the third.
Lash tried to hold the line, but he was being pushed across by Brockville defenseman. Had his toe down, but wasn't able to hold it.
So they'll drop it just outside the Brockville line. And now Jimenez with it at center. Sends it over to Patterson and back to Jimenez as this one winds down. And the Pembroke Lumber Kings will improve their record on home ice to 10-0 with a 3-1 win. Oh boy, Jordan Watson just lost it.
Deacon took Watson down with a stick, and Watson went over to.
But Watson just drilled him with a two-handed hack with his here because, and the referee trying to get the team separated. So what looked like a very calm end to this game, all of a sudden, Jordan Watson, we're going to have to wait on the call on this because I suspect it potentially could be a major.
He just took a swat at him.
And worse yet, if it's deemed to be a match, it would be a suspension. If it's considered an attempt to injure, and so we'll wait and see what that call is as the Braves and Lumber Kings now dissipate and head into their respective dressing rooms. And this game ends, and Kevin Abrams hanging around on the Lumber King bench, waiting to hear an explanation from the referee and what that call is going to be, because he knows what's at stake as well. Potentially Jordan Watson could end up with a suspension, depending on how he calls that.
We'd have to see. It looked like Deacon just spilled him right at the blue line, and as the whistle was going at the end of the game, Watson skated straight to him and challenged him, and then words were exchanged, and then there was the stick. Deacon looked over at the referee as if, what did I do? But he knows he took Watson down at the blue line with about 10 seconds left in the game. Response. But yes, right. We're going to have to hear what the final the calls are, and you're right. Watson could be gone for a game.
Well, I don't know if we were able to catch that one on camera. It was right at the end of the game in the center ice area, but certainly Jordan Watson, no mistake about what he intended to do. He took a two-handed whack at Deacon with his stick, and we'll wait and see what the net result of that is. Unfortunately, oftentimes they don't make those announcements at the end of the game because there's nobody left in the rink.
That's true.
Everybody's gone home.
We'll have to see what the game sheet has to say, depending on what the referee saw.
Well, let's talk about this game for a minute here. 3-1, Pembroke wins it. Didn't get the shots in the third period either, Dave. Did you catch
15
it?
15-5 for Pembroke, so 49-16 almost 50 shots for Charles Long. He picks up the 3rd star. Charles Patterson's the 2nd. Jason Walters is the 2nd star with a goal and an assist. Pretty good game for Pembroke. They almost let Brockville back into this. Some penalty problems in the 3rd period. Not helped at all by the coach with the 5-on-3. That was a big kill.
That was a big kill, and they did it very, very well. Brockville really did not have really any true scoring opportunities, or very few, in that 5-on-3, despite the fact that they were looking to get a goal closer, which would have really turned this one around. 3-1 win, 49 shots for the Kings. They have been scoring in. Full credit to Long, who was outstanding tonight, has been able to keep games relatively close to the Kings, and they're a team that I think they're going to have to deal with all the way down the regular season road.
Oh, absolutely. Brockville's probably going to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in this league. Pembroke met them in the playoffs last year. Good chance they'll see them again this year. So far, they've been able to handle them. They beat them. They won overtime loss, was to the Braves in Brockville. They handled them pretty well here. I think they've had a pretty good 2nd period. Not bad 3rd period. And the start of the game, not too bad either, but you're right, they almost blew it there. If Brockville hadn't been able to pop that 2nd one, then we would have had a real game on our hands.
And the good news is, from a hockey fan perspective, is our next game is going to be the Brockville Braves again. Always very entertaining when the Lumber Kings and Braves get together. That will be on December 11th, our next telecast here on TV Cogeco, a Sunday night broadcast beginning at 7 p.m. Final here tonight is Pembroke 3, Brockville 1. Lumber Kings improved to 10-0 at home this season. They have only 3 losses all year. Big test Tuesday night. They take on the Nepean Raiders in Nepean. That game, a big 4-pointer spot not only in the Eisenman division but also in the entire Central Junior Hockey League. After that, the Lumber Kings have a Friday night game in North Bay. They return home next Sunday to play Hawkesbury, top spot team in the Robinson division. So some good hockey coming up here over the next few days for the Pembroke Lumber Kings. On behalf of Murray Kite, Dave Knoppe, the entire TV Cogeco team, I'm Jamie Bramberger bidding you a good evening. The final here again tonight is Pembroke 3, Brockville 1. Thanks for watching Lumber King Hockey on TV Cogeco.
Who's your favorite singer?
Bare Naked Lady.
Shania's hot.
Oh, it's gotta be Matchbox 20.
All the stars, one station. Today's variety, the new 104.9, My FM.
I can be a nightmare of the grandest kind. I can withhold like it's going that you've ever seen, and you've never met anyone who's as positive as I am. Sometimes you see everything, you see every part, you see all my light, and you love my dark. You dig everything of which I'm ashamed. There's not anything to which you can't relate, and you're still here. I blame everyone else, not my own partaking. My passive aggressiveness can be devastating. I'm the most gorgeous woman that you've ever known, and you've never met anyone who's as everything as I am. Sometimes you see everything, you see every part, you see all my light, and you love my dark. You dig everything of which I'm ashamed. There's not anything to which you can relate, and you're still here. But I resist, persist, and speaks louder than I know. But I resist you, love, no matter how low or high I go. You see everything, you see every part, you see all my light, and you love my dark. You dig everything of which I'm ashamed. There's not anything to which you can't relate, and you're still here. You're still here. You're still here. 104.9 My FM. It's hard to remember how it felt before. Now I found the love of my life. Past
FM, committed to the Ottawa Valley. Every Sunday at 6, it's My FM's Valley Tracks with Terry Lynn Mahusky. It's 1 full hour of the best local Ottawa Valley talent. To have your music featured on Valley Tracks, drop your CD and bio off at the MyFM studios. Complete details at myfmradio.ca. MyFM's Valley Tracks.
She sits all alone.
Every Sunday at 6 on the new 104.9 MyFM.
The perfect place to host your festive party.
Nestled in a tranquil wooded area overlooking the Petawawa River, Castle Wilkirk Retreat entices you to experience this unique atmosphere.
Choose to enjoy chef-prepared 4-course dinners or buffet-style meals.
Cozy up around the Fieldstone fireplace to a roaring fire or entertain yourself in the games room.
Overnight accommodations upon request.
Exclusive functions for groups of 12 to 50.
Reserve now.
Call Castle Wilkirk Retreat 687-0011.
Coming up on Saturday, November 19th in Pembroke, the Lung Association presents the CIBC Festival of Trees Gala at Germania Club Hall. There's a dinner, auction, and dance. Cocktail hour starts at 6 p.m., dinner's at 7, followed by a dance at 9 p.m. with DJ Chris Cooper. Complete details are available right now at myfmradio.ca. You can count on MyFM to keep you connected to what's on in the Ottawa Valley.
The Valley's favorites, MyFM. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose, and I'm feeling the strain. Oh, it ain't a shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. And free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. Outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you. You can carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? And when my mind is free, you know a melody can move me. When I'm feeling blue, the guitar's coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you're giving me, the joy that you're giving me. I want you to know that I believe in your song. Oh, yeah. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. You help me along, making me strong. Oh, you're making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away, drift away. And give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll